Here we go now. 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 we go now. Here 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 we go now. now. Here we go 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 now.
Are you keeping it real? I'm calling shotgun, wanna see my baby run. Oh, what's the word on the sea? Kicking up the dust, you know what I mean. We got a good thing going. We got a good thing going on.
Make it clap.
Hello and welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to PUBG Mobile Club Open Fall Split 2021 Nepal Region, sponsored by Oppo F19 Pro. Woke up your fun, and a huge shout out to our official media partner, Nemo TV. My name is Phoenix Shivan. Alongside me, it's Ijewel Tupo. We're gonna cast the finals of PMCO Nepal.
Well, yes, the regional finals for the PMCO are here, and we have got Skylightz Gaming and the top 15 teams from the
Yeah.
semi-finale. The stage is set, $29,200 to be taken. Let's see who's going to go away with
Yeah.
booming prize pools and the slot. The ticket to PMPL Season 4, that is going to be contested over here, and I'm already excited with the likes of JyanMaara, Skylightz Gaming, Hype, Elementrix. Who do you think is going to go with that slot, Shivansh?
Anything can happen. And Skylight Gaming just going to join the all 15 teams in the final. They can, they'll bring some extra amount of aggression in the games for sure. But let's see. As just mentioned, we're going to get that one slot for the PMPL season 4. But before that, let's take a look at the tournament explanation, and that is going to be 16 teams in the finals. They're going to play 4 matches per day. They're going to play 16 matches in a whole. We have $29,200 for the prize pool, PMCO Nepal.
Well, yes, the teams that were left behind during the group stages, they've got $2 for them. But now this is the business end. 3,600 for the first place with that PMPL Season 4 ticket, and that is going to be fought out during the next 4 days over here. We've got 16 matches. It's not a big format, but yes, big enough to decide a winner for us. So 16 teams, 16 matches. You just gotta go there and just perform and just make sure to stay on top and control the situation. This is what we were talking about earlier in the day as well. But how are you going to do that? How are those points going to be decided? On the basis of this point structure, 15 for the chicken, 12 for the second, third place gets 10, 13 to 16 get none and 1 point per kill. And the teams that are going to be contesting are Skylight Gaming, Wizzes with Vibes, H2o, JyanMaara in front of us. And JyanMaara, they were leading the charge during the early half of the semi-finale. They were really challenged by Wizzes with Vibes over there. But how are they going to deal with the situation during the finale is going to be something to watch out for. We have got Elementrix, even AsOne Unity, the GANGSTERS and Krypton Esports also here.
Yeah, we have two RGM Esports, Team Hype, EKTA Esports, Hoody Esports, as well as, and if we talk about Hoody Esports, they were phenomenal in the final day of the semi-finals. We have Team Corps Esports, Trust, Deep Process, and Raw.
Well, yes, Raw, the national champions are also here, and they just made it really inside the PMCO regional finale. And the schedule for the day number 1 is right now here in front of us. Match number 1, we go to Erangel, then Miramar, then Sanhok, and the last and final map of the day is going to be Erangel. Once again, it's going to remain the same schedule for the next 4 days. And this is going to be the 16 matches these teams are going to get. So all in all, the teams are going to play 8 Erangel matches, and that is going to be the key over here. And how they're going to play and get the points in Erangel is going to be something to watch out for.
For sure, that is going to be something for watch out for. But this is going to be the first match for the finals. We talk about Trooper. We both casted another region today, and we saw some teams who just played the semi-finals. They were looking phenomenal. They were just keeping up the good performance, and they are showcasing this good performance in the finals as well. I expect the same from these 15 teams, as well as the Skylight Gaming, which is gonna join the fray. But again, the question is the drop locations.
Well, yeah, the question is going to be on for the first day about drop locations for sure. But I'm going to differ from you on this, Shivansh, a little bit, because this is the Nepal region, right? They've got their own style, their own taste of gameplay, and they differ a lot. And we have seen the big teams rise to the occasion when it comes to big tournament, and this is the regional finale. I just doubt a little bit that if the qualifying teams like Krypton, Corps, they would be able to show that amount of significance, just like what we saw in the other region of the South Asia wildcards. The new blood was really shining over there. If that is going to happen in Nepal as well, I'm going to be really happy. But the chances are very few because the likes of Skylight Gaming, Elementrix, Hype is over there. These big guns are definitely going to go. Even JyanMaara, they're going to go after that slot, and you're going to see that menacing run from these teams over here. And it's going to be an amazing run to watch out for. And the way they would be chasing that slot, this is going to be an amazing next 4 days, action-packed completely.
Yeah, for sure. These 4 days are going to be action-packed. As just mentioned, JyanMaara, about JyanMaara. They just finished on the second position in the PMNC Nepal and Raw. They just qualify, as just mentioned it earlier. They are the national champions. But now JyanMaara, they're certainly looking for that PMPL season 4 slot, and they're gonna put some amazing fights. Let's see if it's gonna happen or not, because we know that JyanMaara in the group stages as well as in the semifinals, they were phenomenal.
But they were phenomenal during the semi-finale. But remember, the last day, they almost got like 24 to 25 points in just the 4 matches that they played. They were not looking the kind of JyanMaara we saw during the group stages and even during the semi-finale for the first 2 days, right? So, yeah, it's going to be a team to watch out for. But lately, they've been just off tracks. And Let's hope they just slept on the right side of the bed and they're just in the right mood and it's going to be an amazing opening game coming in because Skylight Gaming is here, right? This is one of the teams that has dominated the region for a very long time. Except for DRS, it is only Skylight Gaming that features regularly inside the big tournaments. Coming in when we talk about Nepal, and they feature and they get good results for the team for the region as well. So now they are going to contest for a slot. It's going to be them against these 15 teams somewhere down the line. And how are they going to respond to it is going to be something amazing to watch out for.
Yeah, for sure, it's going to be something amazing for watch out for. But let's again mention some of the teams who are pretty old in the Nepal region. Just let's talk about Elementrix, Strategy Process. If we talk about Elementrix, they
Yes.
have a lot of experience. When we're talking about lot, yes, they have a lot of experience, and they know how to play in these type of situations as well as in these type of big tournaments. But for sure, they are looking out for that first position, the $3,600, as well as the ticket for PMPL Season 4 and. Trusty Process is going to do the same thing. Let's see if it's going to happen or not.
Well, yes, so it's a very old team, just like you mentioned, a lot of experience behind them, and even behind Elementrix, right? So all these teams, they've just created a name for themselves, and now here we go from Milk Power to Primos. This is the flight path, and all the teams have sort of already made their jump inside the regional finale of the PUBG Mobile Fall Split 2021, and here they are, just moving and jumping. And look at this, the first circle with the eastern shore. Lipovka is inside the circle. Milta Power from the place from where the flight path began is also inside the circle. And we also got the Nova Reploy containers inside this play area.
EKTA Esports quite happy with this plane, but usually they just drop towards George Pool area, but the plane path starts from the Milta side. So yeah, their favorite drop location it's going to be Milta and basically Milta Power. Now we talk about Cops. They are just gonna have a great outing inside the Nova Ripnoi because it was glidable, and now they are just heading towards the same area. Now look at the position of the players of Hype heading towards Yasnaya, and they are gonna collect a lot of loot out there. Hoody Esports again going for that split formation, dropping out towards the Lipovka area, and AsOne heading towards Rozhok.
Well, certainly, and that is going to be something to watch out for. We were expecting a lot of clusters towards the Gatka Hospital ruins area, right? But this plane path sort of just twisted everything for the teams. The secondary drop locations are coming into the equation. Look at Hype. They've moved towards Isnaya, Poliana. That is something they really do, and they're going to execute it over here. And even Hoody, who regularly go towards Isnaya, Poliana, they're going to find some new and friendly neighbors. This was always on the cards, right? Some changes in strategy towards the regional finale. That is what we are witnessing right now. And the gangsters, they're already in business. They've got the first stock over here. They've got the first blood. And Wadu takes the first blood out of this encounter. And the proceedings have, like the ribbon has been cut already.
Yeah, and D-Gangster is just going to enjoy the first blood. It was Wadu with his arm secure the first blood. And look at that. They are 2,000 meters far away from the safe zone, Trooper. So yeah,
Wow.
these early fights are important so that you can have a good early start. But now D-Gangster is just moving more far away from the safe zone. They're just looking out for the vehicle so that the journey is going to be quite easy. And they have to collect a lot of loot as well. But we just lost one player. We just saw that one casualty. And we just hit the 4-minute mark on the clock. Look at that. If we talk about Hoody Esports, Trooper, they are here to prove and themselves. And you know what? I'll not like I expect a chicken dinner from their side in the first day of Erangel.
From Hoodie, well, that's going to be something to watch out for. Their secondary drop location is here, which they are executing right now. The Yasnaya split and the compounds around Yasnaya, that is where they like to go sometimes. And that is exactly what we witnessed. And I was talking to the Nepali casters as well, and this is what they predicted, right? They were telling me that there are a lot of new drops that are going to come into the equation, and that is exactly what has happened. Team Hype in Yasnaya, Poliana, Hoodie just towards the eastern half of the map over there. This is not their regular drops, right? Something interesting to see right from the word go inside the Nepal region, but how are these teams going to reciprocate? That is going to be something interesting to watch out for because the circle is also towards the eastern side. Already a lot of teams are towards this edge of this first circle, so it's going to be interesting how they're going to place their first alt location.
Yeah, let's see how they're gonna play their first hot location as just mentioned. But Trooper,
Yeah.
let's talk about the final circle because today we saw the PUBG gods are playing with the IGLs. They just show, like we saw some of the zones forming towards like the weirdest location you can ever expect. We talk about another region, like we just casted it in the morning. It was South Asia wildcard. The first circle just formed towards a military base, southern side of the military base, and we never expected that. So as a team, now I just want to see like same circles in this Nepal region. If this is going to be happen, then I'm going to be the happiest person on earth right now.
Wow, well, that's a big statement to say right now. Let's see. In this type of a circle, I don't think you're going to be happy for a very
Yeah.
long time because just a bit of a Nova Ripnoi containers that are part of this first circle, and it's going to be very unusual if the circle ends towards the Nova Ripnoi island over there. But we're going to find that out in no time. It's the farm split. We've got H2o, which is loading up. They've got multiple vehicles already. They're already set for the rotations. Looks pretty decent and calm for them. Just that one casualty that happened, and the gangsters got that one kill over there, trying to make their move towards the Georgiapur city. And now, let's see if they would have also taken their loot, and they would also be moving for the first circle.
Yeah. Let's see if this is gonna happen or not. But we have, look at that. Which team we have in the frame? It is Wizzes with vibes, and this team is so good. If we talk about so good, yep, they are. We have Reaper, Rules, Malik, Delta, some of the experienced player from Nepal region, and you know what? They are here for one thing, and that's going to be the VP of
Wow.
slot. But look at this beautiful cinematic view.
Wow, wow, wow. These observers, they've been just amazing throughout the PMCO, right?
Yeah, for
And,
sure.
and especially the guy with the top view, right? He's done some amazing work catching those C-130s, and he would do that, right? I'm sure. And catching those drops and those cinematic things that he's doing, it's been really, really
Yeah.
amazing. And look at this. This is the entire map of Erangel and how beautiful it looks.
Cooper,
Amazing.
this
This is
is not
paradise.
easy. Yeah, this is certainly paradise, and this is not easy to catch these type of cinematics, right? When a plane is moving to, just
Yes.
keep the pace similar to the plane, so that you can showcase that path, and that's the best way. And look at that, the circle is so beautiful. And if we talk about this, right, we can see that the Everest is so beautiful, so as a potato hill.
Well. This is the guy Anjan, if I'm not wrong, right? He does
Yeah.
that amazing work every time with the top. He's been just so outstanding, and that beautiful view, that mesmerizing view of the entire rank map. It's going to be something that I'm going to take a screenshot later from
For
you
sure.
when I watch this video. But now we've got the situation developing just outside the city of Milta. Let's see. And we've got Delta just holding on to
Ah.
this position right now. His team is setting up into a good rotation. And Malik here with him. And we've seen what this team can do. Like towards
Yeah.
the later stages of the semi-finale, the way they chased down JyanMaara's total of 140 after on the day number 2, right? It was
Yeah.
an amazing thing to pull off over there. And we know what they can do. And it's going to be something to watch out for.
It's for sure it's going to be something to watch out for. And Wizzes with vibes usually look out for, as well as they usually halt at this location, which is going to be Milta. But Delta, he's on the top of that roof of that one blue compound, but hell, pretty close to one player of cops hiding behind that one ridge, and it's going to be Star. Spy, as well as coming into just going to join the same fray. Now, things might get difficult for cops unless the position has got compromised, but now they're pretty safe. For now, they're safe.
Well, they are. And it's going to be a very decent spot to hold on. But look at the circle. Look at the circle. Look at the kind of clusters developing towards the western edge of the circle already. And there are multiple rotations incoming. Look at 2GR followed up by Krypton. And we've got Raw moving towards northern side where the school apartments are. And look at the gangsters taking the damage from the blue, just trying to make a late appearance over here inside the second circle, which is going to start closing in soon. But we've still got cops towards the wrong side of the Nova Bridge under the situation. They really got to start moving.
Yeah. They have to, but because if we talk about the circle, 30%, in fact, 40% of the area covering the water side, right? And we can see that if the shoreline is inside the water, the chances are high that it's gonna form towards the shoreline at the end.
Well,
And Cops,
yes.
they are moving towards the circle, inside the center of the circle, but it is gonna fire a lot of shots towards Rana, and he's gonna escape that one. Look at that, he's barely surviving on 2 HP.
Well, he did, and look at that. And that sort of a damage, what has that done to the rest of the rotation? They've just stopped over here because they've realized it's going to be very tough for them. Now the second play goes in, and the setup has been created beautifully. And now Black goes ahead. But this is a really, really nice move. And now he's just hoping that the hands would be busy reviving. But the problem is, Manny is dedicated over here with a 6x4 and M4. But the problem is there's no extended mag over there. There's going to be just a spray of 30 bullets, and that is over. So a nice, decent strategy coming in from Cobb to execute that rotation, and they take a bit of a damage, but they go through.
Yeah, but they go through. They're gonna travel comfortably, and hell, he will get a revival for sure because he is just behind those concrete covers, as we would love to talk about Trooper, as well as he is with his teammates, and that's the best part. Every single player just playing with the foreman lineup. We saw 2 players they got eliminated from the lobby, and those are the only 2. Every single team is still surviving. We just hit the 11-minute mark, and teams are still focusing on those rotations.
They just bought some time with that knock, right?
Yeah.
With that setup they did, what they did was just bought some time for themselves so that they can execute that rotation without any problem. They were not trying to pick the point over there or maybe get points for themselves. They were just trying to have a full rotation, and for that, if you need to use the cards as well, why not? What's the problem?
What's the problem?
Yeah. It's a really good quality gameplay coming in from a team like Cops because we know, right, they've come through the qualifiers, and it is really going to boost their confidence. The way they have executed this rotation is definitely going to. But towards Milka, there's a situation developing towards the squad house where we've got the lights of Skylightz Gaming. First signs from them. Chari with his teammate, True Love, is holding on to that angle, and team is going to be under pressure. They're not going to admit it, to be really honest, but they're going to be under pressure because they're going to prove it to the region once again, right? And after this big gap, you got to prove yourself inside a lobby, and you're always under pressure. But that is what the lovely part is, right?
Yeah.
If you can just come back and prove it once again, your morale is just doubled. And that is exactly what Skylightz Gaming would be expecting to do by the end of the day.
Yeah. Your morale is going to be on cloud 9 for sure. But right now, Skylightz Gaming, they knock out 1 player of 2 RGR. Now, the other 2 lads, they are heading towards the mid-up side. So as the other 2 players who were pretty far away from the pack, now they are just moving towards the circle, present towards the edge of the circle. Look at that. Circle shift towards the eastern side of the map, Trooper. Now things are really getting interesting here. Why? Because the teams who just landed towards the northwestern side, we can say towards the northern side of the map, they have to rotate towards the eastern side of the map. And we all know anything can happen. And if we're talking about anything can happen, AsOne now he got pinned down behind that one compound, but rules from a different angle. Knocked out TDP, 1 player from the side of TDP, and Gunda, what spray was that? Sherpa got dropped down to his knees, just going to secure that kill. Gunda with his Thompson doing a lot of shots.
Well, already so much action, but look at lobby size 61. This is the Nepal flavor that I was talking about. They're so much serious about their gameplay. They're so much dedicated. They always impress us, right? And this is AsOne Unity going all guns blazing, very close to TDP. And this is a very important compound. When the circle generally moves towards this side, we have seen the team that is controlling this compound certainly gets good results. And that is why you see TDP with the kind of experience they have. They've committed their players towards there. And look at that. That getaway from the nade over there. And now using the smoke, trying to get close, but giving the footsteps away, getting caught off guard. This is first the process, losing players, and AsOne Unity is just trying to mark their presence inside the map in this region. But H2o, they've got a different story to tell. They picked up Mr. Gunda from the distance. Third-party shots now coming in. We have got multiple teams inside the vicinity trying to take control. Even Hype has been here, and now they are giving some shots in this fight.
Yeah, H2o, they were doing a third party. I'm just going to do a third party on H2o, as well as we can see, which is with Vibes. They're also securing some kills, and now Panda on the other side, on top of that one building. On the first floor,
Oh, this
Shagad
is
is going to lob that one grenade. I don't think so that he will knock out that one player because he's pretty safe, pretty far away from the grenade. Now, trust the process, only 2 players arrive from the side of this one team. They secured only 1 kill point and they are inside the circle. That's the good part. Look at that. 4 teams in the same vicinity. We talk about the minimap.
Well, they are. And what an amazing sight to see over here. Let's see. And look at that as well. Also, Mr. Panda going down. Kudos to the WCV over there, and look at them controlling the factory area. Then they've got the compounds occupied by the team Hype inside the background over here. They're all using the scopes that they have looted up, and now just giving a sort of impact onto each other. There's a push incoming, I feel, and there's going to be pretty soon on the compound where the TDP is holding up, and that's going to be pretty interesting how they're going to deal with it because this compound is towards the edge. I don't think the likes of Hype or even WZV, they would be committing themselves towards these compound. But other teams, they might just be interested over here, a compound towards the edge. Let's see.
But if it's already being contested by 2 to 3 teams, then this is going to be a hell for you if it's just going to contest the same position. But let's see what's going to happen. And Reaper again stepping up, knocked out Panda inside that one compound, and Kulkar from a different angle taking a fight with the players of Raw. And there's going to be an interesting fight because we know that Raw, they have a lot of confidence. Rig, he will go down from the play zone, and Shawl, he will go down with that DP. Panda, he needs a revival. Revival already being initiated, and the 4th circle is closing. And look at that. Now teams are losing out those individual, but still we have 16 teams left in the lobby. That's the flavor from Nepal region.
Well, yes, and that is exactly what I'm talking about. Now, AsOne Unity, look at that charge and coming in from Mr. Gunda. He's just close into the compound and loads of utility being used, but he's going to get caught, showing his backs over here. But the Nuke is going to give substantial amount of damage to Mr. Gunda, and TDP, they're still surviving. With that one player, he's going to be under pressure. Let's see how he's going to get to the Segunda. Once again, tries to shut them down, but in the process, this is the second lad, Saitama, who comes in and just saves his player over there, saves his lad over there, and going to regroup. The push has been executed by this 3-man team, but the WZV, they just noticed this happen from the sidelines. How are they going to respond to it? Because they've also got to put their step inside the circle. Look at where the factory is right now, just outside the play area, and the 4th circle is closing in. Fools has just closed in, and look at Reaper creating that opening on AsOne, and shots are being exchanged over here. They're trying to take a trade over here, and this is absolutely what I was talking about. Every knock is a story over here. We've still got 53 players standing. Blah, blah, blah gets in his second finish, and this is now Team Corps that they have found. He did their second knock.
Yeah, Esports on the other side, they are playing on the H2o as the players of Corp. But look at that, another team just wants to join the spray. We can see the minimap right now. Another team just wants to join at the same location. On Berlin, he is so good with his arms, just gonna fire a lot of shots on top of the one player. Wasn't able to dish out single amount of damage, but now Esports, they are up against the players of DG. Look at that. They just want to create a man-made red zone. Shari just gonna shut down Sus with his Car 98 headshot.
Talk about discipline. The way one Rillian, he just committed back towards the fight. This was the call of the Igel because they sense this. Sense the gangsters pretty close to themselves. And look at this. He's just running with the wicket out there. The gangster is going to get pulled down over here. Blah, blah, blah. Also trying to run into the situation. Utsalga and Vadu finding it difficult to shut them down. Are they going to be able to? Yes, they're going to be able to because blah, blah, blah is on a rampage mode. He's just getting back-to-back kills for himself and dominating the entire area. Yeta, Buddha trying to get but 2 knocks already for Then he changed the situation completely. Now Utsaga just stands up to the occasion. This is what his team needed, and he delivered. But he gets picked up as well. But the gangster, he got the revive in time. He's got 3 teammates to revive now. And what a clutch coming in from the team entirely.
Wow, that was amazing. And look at that MG3. Was so perfect. Team Mobs are still surviving with those 2 players. Now, on the other side, we can see the DG. They have secured 8 kills. Ladies and gentlemen, 8 kills, and this is the 5th circle. We still have 14 teams left. Only 2 teams take an exit, and that is the team is YM as well as Trust the process. But now things are going to be more difficult for the teams who are just going to focus on those late rotation because Elementrix, they have a good control of this compound which is inside the circle, and all the 4 players are live from the side of Elementrix, but they have to be careful from those riches because you will get spotted out. And look at that. Okay, that's a straight delivery of that airdrop on top of the building, back to the balcony. Just open the gate, you'll connect level 3 kit and MG3.
It's time that we need some delivery partners as well, right? With
Yeah.
that sort of a delivery coming in over here. Amazing delivery, amazing package. Right delivered at your footsteps over here. But AsOne is delivering more damage, and the players from AsOne Unity are falling down. Even 2GR, Esports get eliminated towards the west edge. And now JyanMaara, look at this. They also getting pinned down, and Ruthless gets the Warriors. Raw Mission are also out of here. And kudos to Skylightz Gaming, but there is a different team altogether that is coming into the equation for Skylightz Gaming. Trouble, let's play out. That is Hoody. Cloud goes down, but there's more falling to the play zone for AsOne Unity, and shot taken from Krypton Esports as well on Skylightz Gaming. Charlie's got a big responsibility.
Oh no.
Obviously, AsOne Unity have been eliminated. Joker is down over here. Up, Haven and Charlie trying to control the open ground just outside the city of Milta, and that is the vibe on Hoody over there. Hoody Esports eliminated, and the revive is going to be successfully executed on Turulab. So from one side, we've got Skylightz Gaming trying to dominate and wipe the western edge, but from the southern part, there's a storm incoming, and that is the Gangsters. We've already got almost 8 to 9 kills without losing a single player, and Elementrix have a concrete cover to play. And look at this, Gangster, one more nade from his side, takes down one more players from Krypton Esports, and they are just looking. And even the Wizzes with vibes, they have not given up. They're just coming in from the Milta Power side, and they're still gathering up kills for themselves. It's JyanMaara who they have eliminated now.
Wow, JyanMaara take an exit at the 10. Never expected this from their side, but kudos to wizzes with vibes, forcing them to get out from the lobby and just going to secure a lot of kills. Now look at that hype stepping up, taking down the players of EKTA, but as was mentioned, the Gangsters, they are looking so good. But now this compound, it was in the circle. Some teams who were pretty close to this compound, they were thinking that the circle just going to form onto us, but now look at the circle just formed towards a triad junction of the road on the side. On the other side, H2o stepping up. GANGSTERS with this incredible grenade got the title off Grenadier title, and now look at that pincer down the players of Cosmo. Wow.
What a spray from Vadu, right? This kind of a commitment coming in. What just happened over here? How did Blabble knocked over there? But he's luckily Utsarga, in fact, he's going to get the revive from his teammate. But he's been surviving on the edges for so long now. They've been so silent, but now the complete attention coming in from the Gangsters, and then they've already got 9 kills under their belt. They're just hunting out for more. With recalibration of the 6 scope coming in, and this is Gangster using the red dot on the MG3 Shivash. What sort of a combination is that? But now look at that, Cops. They're down to just one player in the situation, and the smoke's being deployed. And this is just because of the fact that the zone has shifted a little bit towards the western side. And Elementrix using the concrete cover. Look at Charlie. He's trying to survive, but he gets pinned down completely, and Charlie eliminated out of the game.
Yeah, he got eliminated from the game. Stas, look at that. It's popping out some strokes so that he can make an extra cover, as well as for better. He can just move towards the safe zone. But look at that, Krypton stepping up. They were being silent from last 23 minutes, but now they just want to break the silence perfectly. Knocked out 2 players, and this is the outing they are looking out for. But now, blah, 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 may end up their story, and yeah. That's
what a game! What a game are we witnessing over here? Domination, blah blah blah. The Gangsters have made it clear they're not going to play this game as any second fiddles. And they want that EPL slot over here for the season 4, and the intent is clear. But on one side, they've got EKTA also stepping up to play the final circuit. H2o trying to survive over here. Look at Octopus trying to pin down Gangster. He gets 1 kill, and now the Gangsters, they've lost a few players. Let's see how they're going to regroup. But Skylightz Gaming also refusing to go down. Business with 5, Skylightz Gaming, Elementrix, the Gangsters, H2o. We have a party over here.
Yeah, we have a party over here. And look at that. Chanting on the Grenadier title. Liquid! Oh my goodness, he was so close. Wizzes with vibes take an exit at the 7th. Only top 5 teams are there. Blah, blah, blah. Come on, this grenade. easily knocked out. You can easily knock out his tips, and if this is going to happen, then yeah! This is going to be incredible. Blah, blah, blah. Secured 4. This is going to go on to the round. Eliminated Elementrix. This man is crazy. 6 kills on to blah, blah. Wow, 15 kills to GANGSTERS.
What are they doing out here? They created havoc, they created traffic completely, and blah blah blah. He's just created amazing. This is just the opening. The Nepal flavor that we talk about. And EKTA Esports trying to pin down Skylightz Gaming. We're not expecting this. Kudos to them. Skylightz was so okay, but the concrete cover, a shack to play with. But who's going to stop blah 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 today? He's been dominating over here. Still 29% chances for him to get the chicken dinner. Can EKTA Esports one-horn rhinos? Then they shut them down. That is going to be the question. 2 players still standing, blah, 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 on the first floor of that Ashitaba. Utsaga on the ground. Can they just do that revive that they need and sort of make a comeback? It's going to be pretty amazing to watch out for.
Yeah, but certainly going to be pretty amazing to watch out for. Miracle is making sure that he is just going to cover that angle so that he can block out the vision of the players of the Gangster. But Skylightz Gaming, they are still here. They are present on the edge, and the circle is favoring the players of OH. Blah, blah, blah.
Stop them. What a game! What a game coming in from blah blah blah. This is a 2v4 situation, but trust me, I am backing blah blah blah. The kind of form he is in right now, he's just pinned down Skylightz Gaming in a single spray. Third guy is down. Blah blah blah. After that, just one last player coming in on all the four players standing from EKTA Esports in front of him. But trust me, blah 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 still has a chance. He's getting pinned down over here. Inside the smoke cloud, there's not a lot of space for him to play with. But Gante just charging him with grenades. He knows that there's a player who's just doing so much damage. Blah 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 takes the damage very low on HP. And EKTA Esports do go ahead with a chicken dinner. But trust me, blah 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 has almost got 9 to 10 kills over there. This is a 12 kill chicken dinner for EKTA Esports.
You know what?
7 points. But I'll tell you, I think 26 to 25 are definitely there for the Gangsters.
Trooper, we thought that was blah blah blah, but at the end, Shante stole every single kill of Skylightz Gaming.
Ooh, he did.
That was the final bullet from the side of Shante. Yes, I was surprised at that moment. I thought blah blah blah, he's just going to secure 8 kills, but at the end it was Shante. But blah blah blah, look at that, 6 kills. Still with 6 kills because it was Shante. That was a sneaky man. Look at that, 6 kills and 5 assists. Wow.
Well, 960 damage, 5 assists for his team, 6 kills. What a game he has had over here. It's been such a long time I've seen blah 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 in these colors, and the way he's delivered for his team, the statement is clear out there. They're not going to play as second fiddle. They won the PMPL slot, and the message is out and loud and to JyanMaara, Raw Official, to Skylightz Gaming. Are you going to be able to stop us the way they have dominated over here? What a game. Look at Vadu just following him over there. Even EKTA Esports have got 3 players inside the top place. What a game we have just witnessed. What a high-octane game we have just witnessed. If there's going to be this sort of intensity inside the Nepal region, I might just need another energy drink over here.
For sure. And you know what? My heart just skipped the beat. Look at that. EKTA Esports, out of 4, 3 players got featured in the top players. Can you imagine? This is the first match of the day, ladies and gentlemen. And as Rupert just mentioned, you're always gonna, the Nepali team's always gonna, just, showcase that, they have that metal and they always deliver the perfect games. We have the match summary in front of us, blah blah blah, highest kills, highest damage, and the most utilities being used by this lad, 26, but I saw 5 assists.
Ooh, 27 exactly. Wow, they got 15 for the points. We got 15 for the kills. Wow, the Gangsters, they're the real gangsters out there. The way they have dominated over here, amazing. And you don't see a tie like this, right?
Never.
15 kills on the top spot. What an amazing game coming in from Gangsters. They've stolen the show. You might just take the chicken, but the show is ours. That is what Gangsters, and they mean real business. The intent is there. Right from the word go, right from the first. Look at Skylightz Gaming. They've been so good. They've been so good clearing out the areas outside. Milta Elementrix had the cover to play, but still managing the 3rd and 4th spot. This is how dominating Gangsters have been. Where is JyanMaara over here? Wow.
Wow. we usually expect this type of performance from team like who has a lot of experience, YM Hype, Raw, Trust the Process, as well as JyanMaara. But look at that, where are they? On the second page of match ranking.
I think they haven't done much wrong over here. Except for
Yeah.
Raw, I think every other team did put up a really hard effort, and Raw just went into a fight and lost it. They really got to figure out how they're going to deal with these seats over here. But other than that, every other team, even Bayern Esports, they were so good, right? They were listening to the calls of the IGL, they were commenting, but they just got hit. They got hit by a storm coming in from the southern part of the circuit, and that was the GANGSTERS. And they were just spinning down like a tornado. Every team that they were finding, they were just hitting them and just adding up more and more kills for themselves. What an amazing performance coming in. Even the likes of Elementrix and Skylightz Gaming, they were there inside the final circle, but completely outshined by the GANGSTERS. The Oppo F19 Pro moments, it's all going to be about the kills of the GANGSTERS in a little while from this point onwards. This was the mid-game where the other teams were sort of trying to dominate, but from this point onwards, that was Esports, then Elementrix. What an elimination.
What an elimination for sure. But you know what? Goosebumps, to be honest, Trooper. Because if you're going to witness this type of matches, and it's going to be incredible. Look at that. Sasi was so good with this, but it literally forced one team to take an exit. But at the end, it was like the GANGSTERS as well as one single team who put up a literally good fight. In fact, amazing fight, EKTA Esports. Now, there was a time when we saw that Elementrix, the zone were favoring them as well as they were so good with their placement. But at the end, as just mentioned, the storm was real.
And this is the moment the kills were stolen from Chance. I completely,
Yeah.
I could not read the kills. I was so excited over there. The way blah 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 once again came into the action over there. And look at this. The GANGSTERS with 2,116 damage. The one on Rhinos. Team EKTA also getting 2,164. But the action coming in from a team GANGSTERS over here, it was really remarkable. 15 kills for them. And other teams who really did impress us were H2o. Team Corps was really good. Look at that, 1,000 damage for just one kill. It's a very hard kill, to be really honest. A very hard one.
You know,
Like it's the most expensive kill.
I used to talk about the kill confirmation, the damage and the kill ratio, but this, okay, yeah, I got the answer. It's so difficult to secure some kills if you're gonna dish out a lot of damage. On the other side, Skylightz Gaming just dished out 587 and secured 4 kills. Wow.
They're decent, right? They know where to invest, and that is an amazing performance coming in from them. So we watched the first game over here, and you just managed and came back. You were also so excited about the game, but
You know, the
this was
heartbeat.
this was a show. This game was a show that blah 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 can send for a resume. To be really honest, he was just so outshining over there, and what an amazing performance coming in from him. Definitely the MVP, and he's going to be the player to watch out for in this entire tournament. If he goes on like this, he's going to create records. But let's see if he's going to continue this way or not.
That is going to be the most important part for today, Trooper, because we saw two teams, they were looking unstoppable at a moment, and at the end, both the teams secured 27 total points. But after this incredible match, we literally need a little bit of breather. So we go on a short break coming right up, but it's going to be the second match for the day.
I'm calling shotgun, wanna see my baby run. Oh, what's the word on the sea? Kicking up the dust, if you know what I mean. We got a good thing going. We got a good thing going on.
Hello and welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to PUBG Mobile Club Open Fall Split 2021 Nepal Region, sponsored by Oppo F19 Bro. Woke up your fun. We just witnessed one of the amazing game
Well,
today.
yeah.
It was the first day of the finals of Nepal Region, and the way EKTA Esports and the GANGSTERS were playing, it was astonishing. And the way they secured 27 points was phenomenal.
Well, it was phenomenal, and the expectation level for me is has like quadrupled in just the span of that Erangel. But let's talk about Miramar now. We were on paper there are a lot of drop collisions and lost loss, and that is exactly where the plane is going to be. So it's going to be an interesting first half. This Miramar game. Let's see if some of the teams are going to change their strategy, move away from lost runners. There's going to be something to watch out for. Hoodie taking early jump, even Roppy taking early jump, and we're watching rules from Wizzes. His perspective. Let's see where he's going to go. But it's a pretty decent plane path. Even the likes of El Pozo just sort of glidable from here. Even teams would be just looking for that road towards the western side of El Pozo, maybe move towards Straight Park, Ruins, or even the Corp area. Those are
Yeah.
also going to be very decent options for team over there. But let's see where they are going to drop in. And H2o, just like expected, dropping in inside the city of Chosera. But to be really honest, I was hoping they've just changed their way over there. They've considered the secondary drop location. They like to move towards Los Leonos as well. But now they have decided to go towards Chosera because the plane path being here, they will look at the number of teams jumping very close to Los Leonos over there.
Oh my goodness. If we talk about teams also spreading out, right? Slowly and steadily, they're just heading towards their favorite drop location. And if we talk about the circle, again, the map is different, but the circles again just form towards the north eastern side of the map. Now, Hoody Esports, they are not happy with this. So far away from the circle, Trooper.
Well, yes, they got to rotate now, but look at the cluster at Yasnaya. I'm sorry, at Los Leonos. JyanMaara are over there, YM Esports, Hype over there, and this is going to be a very difficult situation. This is the southern part of the circle, so you don't need to rotate early. You need to time your rotation very smartly because you might just get caught by your neighbors over there. It's a big city to control, the biggest city in the PUBG Mobile universe, just like Ocean says it. But yes, it's really got good enough loot for at least 3 to 4 teams. But the important thing is how are you going to rotate out of an early game? That is going to be something to watch out for.
That is true,
Sandbara,
Trooper.
Hype, YM, they're all about there. But still, we see a lot of teams towards the western side of the. Oh, look at that shots incoming. This is an SKS2.
Oh, no.
Mr. Gunda, why are you flying and at such a low altitude over there?
That was a ballsy
from
move.
yeah, they just get away from the situation, yes. But YM Esports, if they try his luck over there, but maybe sometimes, or it would have been an amazing sight to see, right? If you could have knocked him out in that parachute. With that SKS2X,
Yes.
without any attachments, wow, wow, that was a very ball.
For sure. And you know what? If that could have happened, we are going to be like, oh, that was so great. But again, that didn't happen now. But you know what? Anything can happen in this Nepal region. And we are just waiting for surprises. Because in the previous match, some teams were like, hey, do you want a surprise gift? Yes. PUBG gods were like, hey, do you want airdrop on top of the building? Here you go. And do you want like 27 total points secured by 2 top teams? Here you go.
Wow.
That type of performance being showed by these teams. But now we talk about again, it's going to be a slow start game for sure, as we just witnessed in the Erangel match as well. Till the 13th minute, not a single team got eliminated. And after that, teams were engaging in some fights while rotating towards the blue zone. But if I'm talking about rotation, Trooper, I love the way how cops just moved inside the circle when they dropped towards an overhead point.
Well, they did. Well, they did. And the way they just traded a single knock over there, trying to buy some time for that for themselves. That is something you don't see on a daily basis, right?
Yeah.
It was a really smart move coming in from them, and I really like the intent on the team. Even just like we were talking about towards the end of the first game, right? Everyone was just giving everything that they had, and that really ups the ante in the overall scenario. And I absolutely love that Erangel game that has sort of set the pace for us. But look at the changes. We don't see generally Skylightz Gaming committing themselves entirely to the city of Picaro. But this is a very smart and decent move coming in from Skylightz Gaming. They realized that the entire city was there for the taking. They just move in, they just try to loot up those compounds in between the cities of Picado and Chamusira. But when they realized that the entire city was up for grabs, that is exactly when they stepped up to the opportunity and took it. So they're going to have the entire city of Picado. That's a really good place to dominate because just 4 Miramar matches, right? And if you can have a city like Picado to control in a tournament, it is always an advantage because you get the vehicles, you get a good amount of loot, and always you're accessible to the circle,
Yeah.
even the Miramar game. That is going to be something amazing for Skylightz Gaming. Let's see how this factor is going to shape up their gameplay during the Miramar, but they really were decent in the last game as well. But other teams, even H2 have got the entire city of Tumusay. It's a very good start for them as well. But talking about different teams, we are moving towards El Pozo, where Raw Official have found EKTA.
Oh, and this fight is
Unfriendly
going to be
neighbors.
crazy. Yes, unfriendly neighbors. Miracle. He was in the vicinity, and now he's just rotating from the northern side of the El Pozo area. Raw again is present towards the El Pozo side, and they have a good time right here in the El Pozo. But pretty much 850 meters far away from the circle. So, yeah, they're going to focus on those rotations, but you have to be careful while moving inside the circle. And look at that, he got stuck. Pico Pick was like, okay, this wall is interesting.
No. He's just moving ahead and moving towards the vehicle. But you got to keep your eyes behind your back in such a situation, right? With a big city just around the corner, you've got more enemies inside the vicinity. You've got to be very cautious. Now, we'll look at Krypton. This is towards the lower side of the Lost City right now. They're just looting up, moving from compound to compound, and not very far away from the flight path as well. So you're going to be really cautious. You run into an opponent team, and we did see that happen earlier in the day today as well. So you've got to be really on your toes at all moments. Just wait up for those cues, and if you find a slight bit of hesitation, just wait and call your teammate because still the 7th minute of the game that we are closing in, first blood is not even here.
Yes, the first blood is not even here, and Trooper,
Yeah.
I'm still missing those early fights. And I love those early fights. Like, I mentioned this thing again and again in every single day. But teams are like, they're going to focus on those points, not going to entertain us in the first stage. Like,
I'm sorry. I'm really sorry to say this. How are you missing the early fights? Because I'm still in a hangover of the final season from Erangel. I'm still in the hangover.
Same here. But you know what?
See, there's a big lull in the game, right? And I
Yeah.
feel like I'm so hyped already. It's just because of the previous Erangel final series
Yeah.
that we witnessed. I just know that these teams are going to go all guns blazing once we reach towards the late mid game. Now this first circle, they're just patiently waiting. All the IGLs just hoping that the position that they are stationed right now remains in the circle. But we know that during the fall split, we have started as the fall split has started. We have started witnessing a few hardships inside the circle. So that is going to be a phenomena that the IGLs are worried about right now at this very moment. They're just waiting, opening up that map and waiting where the circle would go because they're going to rotate. And once that happens, once the third circle starts to appear, then they're going to be fighting inside the stage. The player will get pulled off over there, and then that action-packed movie, final circle. Look at that. Even the 9th, not even the first third. No, not even the knock.
Not even a knock. Yeah, that's terrible. Vishal just wants to change that, firing some shots with players of EDP. Now they're just going to halt at this location, but Sharp, he's just going to leave the same area. But now he is a bit scared because look at that. Red keep on firing some shot towards his vehicle and trying his level best to knock him out. But now all the 3 players of EDP, they got pinched down inside this one compound. And bro, it seems like they're just going to move towards the upper ground, or we can say they're just going to move towards the altitude. They're not rushing towards the players of TDP. Again, a good option. Look at the circle just moved away, and they are 300 meters far away from the sea.
Well, they are being taken by the process, and they are holding on to these compounds towards the edges. It's a slightly western shift. Cities like Sanhok and Picado, even the northern parts of the city of Los Llanos are still inside the circle. Junkyard, Menas, we've got Labatita, where 2 teams are already stationed. JyanMaara and JyanMaara Esports, those are the 2 teams I see up there. But this is also going to be a very lull second circle because you see most of the teams have already stationed themselves inside. There was no team that was at creating a northwest and northeastern shift. Look at the areas of Jebel El-Azhar, Dera Bronca, completely outside the play area. None of the teams have committed themselves. They're all looking decently positioned, but fights would be incoming from the side of AsOne, Esports, JyanMaara. There's an early knock coming in from that part for sure. But when is going to happen? When is that going to happen? The only question is that. But TDP somehow getting away from the shots being taken upon them by pick from Raw official. Still no knock. They've crossed the 10-minute mark.
Still no knock. After 15 seconds, the second zone will start closing in. And okay, we have the first airdrop, and you have.
How rarely does it happen? How rarely?
Anything can happen in this Nepal region, Trooper.
Yeah, certainly.
Again, up for surprises.
But we talk a lot about the Nepal region, right? Or even off the show, then the way they have just risen to the occasion in the last year, and now they're just proving the mettle, right? They're just telling everyone that why they deserve whatever they're getting, and this is a real great show coming in from them. 11th minute, no knocks. Everyone wants to take maximum players to the final circle. No one is just committing to an unnecessary fight. No basic mistakes that the lads are doing. It's a really high quality game that these lads are producing over here, and it's going to be really amazing because this slot for the PMPL, it's going to be really hard earned slot over here, and no team is going to give away anything easily.
You know what, Trooper? As you just mentioned, for the PMPL season 4, it is going to be a photo finish. But look at that shot here against the players of Hoody Esports, and he will take down Clown. While he was just moving inside the circle, he just got off guard, and now Shante, he has a control of a buggy. Now it's like very on top. He knocked out one player, just gonna collect some loot as well as the buggy. Hey, I have your kill as well as your vehicle. How about this?
Well, that is the gangster attitude, right? That is prevailing the entire region right now. The gangster attitude coming in from blah 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 and the teammates out there. Let's see where they are. We haven't had a good look at them so far. Even it was the same in the Erangel game, right? They were sort of absent during the early mid game, and then as the late mid game approached, they certainly started picking up pace. And now we saw JyanMaara earlier as well. During the map view, they were finding themselves as a part of a cluster, but somehow they have found spaces around them. They've clustered in a compound, and this is the second Groza incoming. What are you delivering them? Why are you delivering them these weapons out there? They are already chaotic enough. They're already chaotic enough. They don't need Grozas over here.
What if anyone just find one M249 and two players are using M249 from the same team, and they're like just keep on firing some bullets. If they just pull the trigger, they're not gonna lift the finger from the screen. And if you just, there's a huge reason behind that surprise factor, ladies and gentlemen, because the circle.
Yes. But yes, this is what I wanted to talk about. The circle, look at this. There's not going to be a lot of action towards the western edge because it's going to be easy access for the likes of gangsters over there. They've got good spaces. I can see a compound open. I just hope that there should not be a collision between the wizzes over there. And yes, they've just moved into the compound. So the gangsters have got a concrete cover to play with. Raw official who are coming in from behind, but this is the problem. AsOne Unity, Esports, JyanMaara, all these teams. Look at that beautiful big cubes out there. Wow. Just one gray mark over there. And this is the 13th minute mark. This is like almost a perfection over there. Coming in from the Nepal region. And they're just waiting. Everyone wants to max out their opportunity. And now, this is EKTA Esports getting... Okay, so it was the earlier knock. This is wizzes.
No.
They've got blah, blah, blah. The MVP for the last game is... down over here. Let's see how he's even been eliminated. They've picked him off completely. So now let's see how they're going to deal without blah blah blah.
It's more like the empty shells of one element. We can see the same
How
thing, right?
disappointed would he be, right?
Yeah, like this is so difficult for now because you always need to share those, ions as well as those we can say electrons so that you can complete your radius. But now the gangsters, they lost their main player who was the MVP, and this is going to be important. Look at that. AsOne, he was just driving his vehicle so fast that it's impossible to fire a single bullet onto him.
Look at the kind of pressure Charlie is, right? I've seen this player play the entire PMPM season 3. I know how dominating they can be inside the vicinity, but the way they're moving from cover to cover, they know the importance, right? They just want to maximize this opportunity. With H2o just round the corner on a different day, Charlie would have ordered his teammate to go for a flank completely and try to encircle this team very close to themselves. But they're not just leaving the cover behind right now. Holding on to the vehicles, holding on to the compounds, and they're just trying to clear out the area, control the vicinity. It's a completely different Skylight Gaming, and I'm not saying that they're not aggressive enough, but they're just cautious enough because this is the start of a big tournament. This is a big stage with not a lot of matches. Just 16 matches. If you just fall behind, you don't get big number of matches to sort of stage a comeback for yourself. So you just gotta make sure that you're in the race right from the start because your opponents, they are damn serious. They're going to give you nothing cheaply.
They certainly are damn serious, and you know what? The fights, they are going to be pretty interesting as well. As some teams are just moving towards the circle, and look at that Shari OP. He heard the sound cue of that buggy, which wants to lob out that one grenade. But now look at the circle. Western shift towards the graveyard. Wow.
And Skylight Gaming, the compound inside the zone. H2o just looking around the compound. They are inside. YM Esports are finding them inside. In fact, JyanMaara has also got a toe inside the circle. But look at the number of teams that will be rotating from the southeast side where JyanMaara is right now. 2GR, we have got Hype over there, Krypton over there, and might be just Cops also find a rotation incoming. Cops have found Hoody Lollipop. He'll pull them off and eliminate them out of the game. There's a big cluster of teams just arriving towards the eastern edge where AsOne Esports are holding up. This is going to be chaotic in no time. And look at this. The pace is going to build up now. Still 16 teams, 16 players. And this is where the party begins.
This is where the party begins. Hype you found in opening, just going to secure that one kill. He does now a lot of damage, and right now they're pretty good with their position, but they have to move inside the circle. TDP stepping up against the players of AsOne. Now both the teams are just knocking down some of those individual trade also being secured, but right now we still have 59 players in the lobby, and teams who were holding towards the eastern side of the map as well as present towards the north side of the map, now they will find it difficult to move inside the circle. Look at that Aku. His vehicle is almost damaged, and it's like 90% damage. Now he has to move inside the circle, and the other two players from TDP inside the shack.
The population density is so high over here, there is no rotation that is being executed that does not have an eye upon it. So every rotation, every movement is being done right now. It's going to be very important how they're going to deal with it. Look at the number of shots being dealt inside that mini map. We're just watching the PvP of Delta, but look at what is happening around them. Shots coming in from teams that are in the nearby vicinity. We have got TDP here, we've got AsOne Unity trying to create a knock in if possible, or just hurt the helmet rest of all these players because they know that these are going to be the players that are going to cluster very close in no time. This is the fourth circle closing in. Pressure being created at a constant rate upon the teams inside the vicinity. And we still got 16 teams, 59 players with the fourth circle just about to close in. Look at the population density over here. This is the graveyard, right? Have you seen the real estate go so high for graveyard ever? No. This is happening in Miramar. This is the Nepal play, but look at that Shagar. With that experience, with that Khan 98 shot, creating an opening on AsOne, who were holding the higher ridge for a very long time. And towards the southern part, we have got two GM Esports. They're also holding a high ground. JyanMaara in the distance, and Hype just trying to survive over there. Denied completely. Boliang just being blocked with that vehicle damage. 2GR also losing one die. And look at those multiple knocks coming in.
Yep, Zanbridge on this side knocked one player. On the other hand, he also got knocked out. Kurkure doing a lot of jobs, secured one kill on the other side. This is want to secure another. Now, EKTA Esports up against the players of Hoody. On the other side, we can see as well as 2RGR making things difficult for them. 2RGR, they're just 50 meters far away from the circle. Hype, one player still inside that one shack. 2RGR unaware of that fact, and Heaven X on the other side, taking down the players of 2RGR, a third party from the side of the players of Skylightz Gaming.
Well, we get the first elimination. PUBG Esports controlling the southern high grounds. They've been eliminated, and EKTA have got 2 kills already under the belt. And Chante, the revive has been executed. The first hit is going to get popped, and suddenly the lobby size is down to 52 teams, and there are still a lot of teams fighting outside the circle because they know it's going to be very difficult for them when they try to make a move. And even the play zone is taking its toll. Akku Jord gets eliminated from Spy. Kudos to play zone over here, and Chante and with his teammates, they are the chicken dinner team from Erangel and unable to make a move inside the first circle right now. That is the kind of pressure that has been created over here. There are players everywhere. In every possible cover, there's a player outside. And look at that. Kante just trying to hurt Hoody team over here. Dalit Arju, he's been knocked out. And with those utilities, he's just trying to confirm the kill. And Ashrit inside the vicinity, he might just be the next there. But look at that. Susingen goes down from Elementrix. So you can watch this happen. And the kill feed is going to just go berserk right now.
Yeah, the kill feed just got blown up, and look at that. Teams are utilizing those utilities perfectly. Hoody Esports, they got eliminated at the 15th position.
Rotation.
And to our
Ooh.
GR, they also got eliminated, but EKTA Esports moving inside the circle pretty close to the players of YM as well as JyanMaara. Gangster, he got knocked out from the play zone, so as Inception.
Multiple players going down to the play zone. From one side, we can see EKTA Esports trying to just station themselves just outside the southern edge of the circle. On the other side, this is the cluster we were talking about. Look at this. JyanMaara in the backdrop. Chari is getting pushed on by a team inside the nearby vicinity. That is Krypton Esports. On one side, he had H2o Esports looking around for a very good amount of time. But now, this is Krypton Esports who are challenging them inside the concrete cover that they were enjoying for a good time. And the push is going to be on. It's not going to be easy to push on to a team like Skylightz Gaming, and you're just moving one by one in front of them, and they're going to hurt you. And that is exactly what they're doing over here. It goes down from Krypton, and Pupuku might just be the next casualty over here. But Skylightz Gaming, they've done a fairly decent job to hold on to these pitches over here, and they're not allowing any team to come from the southern part. Kate keeping it beautifully, but they got to keep eyes behind their back because they've got dangerous enemies lurking around. Even JyanMaara is trying to step up and get some kills towards the southeast edge. They're not very far away from the place where Skylightz Gaming is trying to gatekeep, and cops are also just listening to these shots coming in towards their direction, and they would also make things difficult for JyanMaara and Skylightz Gaming.
Rules on rampage, and in fact, he's secured those last 2 kills with that one grenade, eliminated Raw from the lobby. That's how you're gonna play in this Miramar match. That's the perfect thing. But now, EKTA Esports, the final player, Gante, will find himself 190
Joker.
meters away from the safe zone, and Joker, oh my goodness, takes down 2 players of H2, only 1 single player surviving from the side of H2. GANGSTERS, in the previous match, they secured a lot of, in fact, 15 total kill points, and in this match, it's 0.
Well, this happens, right? Just 1 point for them inside the overall game here. That is something no one expected out here from the GANGSTERS. But this for them to make a comeback. They made a big opening. Charlie goes down. H2o Octopus creates that opening. Charlie's already got 3 kills under his Joker has got 3 kills under his banner. Let's see how they're going to reciprocate. Yes, they reciprocate. H2o Esports out of the contest over here. But this is JyanMaara finding themselves as a part of a cluster outside the kill area. There is a more shape of the circle towards the northern side. So that is going to put more pressure on the teams just looking around towards the south part. And SG and JyanMaara are going to be both two teams over there. And EKTA Esports also, they've been losing players one after the other, and they've eventually been eliminated. Even Elementrix not making a very big impact on this game. They're losing players, back-to-back players, and after that, Liquid has also been eliminated. But the good thing is wizzes survived. They've got 6 kills already under their belt, and they're just controlling the northern edge of the circle completely. Look at them prevail. They're looking very close to them. That is Cops, which they are hurting early on. On one side, they've also got Elementrix down. They're not allowing them to move significantly over there, and that is not a good position for Elementrix to be in. And look at that, Dari is trying to pin down Elementrix. He's just committing players over there and getting spotted by Reaper from the distance. That's play landing right on top of Orange as well. He's hurting 2 teams at the same time. Liquid just spotted over there, and the reload is on the M4, and now he's going to try for the knock one skate, but Chari goes down courtesy to that Scarlet shots coming in from Liquid. So this is going to be 2 teams under pressure, and he spotted more players out in the open. They're committing with everything. Skylightz Gaming, they want to come out of the situation with some points, and look at that, Joker just moving towards his teammate for the revive. running madly out in the open. And this is Elementrix gets eliminated, but are they going to allow Skylightz Gaming to come out of that situation? That is also going to be something to watch out for.
Yeah, but this graveyard is literally graveyard. That's the situation. Teams are literally making a lot of players now. YEKTA, look at his position. It's so important. He takes out one player of JyanMaara. He's just gonna take down another, secure 3 kills, and he is on domination. YEKTA utilizing that height advantage perfectly. Top 5 teams, ladies and gentlemen. Wizzes with Vibe still there. JyanMaara on the 6th position. They got eliminated at the 6th, secure only 2 kill points. But PlayZone taking down a lot of players. And look at that. Oh my goodness. Reaper X, your spray was so perfect. Joker was jumping. In fact, he was hopping. And at the end, he got picked off by Reaper. And Delta just going to secure that kill. 11 kills for this team. They're looking phenomenal.
Remember at a time we were talking about Esports, AsOne and JyanMaara, the kind of clusters they were finding themselves in. That is the exact area where the circle is concentrated. And look at the hell from Esports is knocking his own play with that volley. Wow, I would have just loved to listen to what the chat would have been going on over there. But right now, the next shot of the circle to that solo player, Heaven. He's enjoying the shit of the circle. He's got a wrist to play with. But there are 4 more teams, in fact, who are finding themselves just outside the circle. They're going to hurt each other. But somehow, Skylightz Gaming still have a chance over here. They have an outside chance. Yes, they are still in the game. They don't have to just Heaven has got to really read the situation. I just got to make sure to spot everyone now. Esports, they just pop in some smokes out there, but shots are going to take and this is advice and not going to allow an easy exit out of the concrete cover. Smokes being deployed. They want desperately to reach out for those ridges. There's a bit of a cover to get it. The shots are being taken regularly. One brilliant. These goes down. Malik that info, making things difficult with every passing second. YEKTA, can you take it away? Can you take it away, YEKTA? Yes, he does. He takes one of the players down, but the performance are not going to end because one more teammate is over there and is just making them from the behind. And AsOne is going to finish them, but they're going to eventually fall down. Play zone as well. Out on the 5th spot, we've still got 4 teams fighting off inside the final circle. And Wizzes with Fire, they're not giving any space away for free. If you're going to walk out of the smoke, you're going to give a kill to Wizzes with Vice. And now, Heaven, he comes into the equation. He got this risk to play with Fight. He's inside the circle and he's spotting the players of Wizzes with Vice. They have an idea, right? They spotted Heaven early. How are they going to deal with it? We still got YEKTA with 4 kills behind that cover. But 4 players standing from Wizzes with Vice.
It's going to be incredible. YEKTA fired a lot of shots. As just mentioned, secure 4 kills after firing a lot of bullets. He compromised his position. Now it's going to be a 4v1v1 and Heaven
got one.
next out one. Oh, wasn't able to dish out a lot of damage onto second, and he got picked off at the end. And Wizzes with Vibes secured second dinner in the second match of the day. 17 kills, 32 points. We were talking about 27. Hey, casters, you want some more? Here you go.
Well, they were the only team coming in from the northern side, right? And they dominated everyone on the northern half of the landscape over there. And this is exactly what we wanted. A key to respond to what the GANGSTERS was in the first game. They've got even a better response inside Miramar. This is Wizzes with Vice for 32 points. Reclaim the #1 for themselves. And this is what we're going to witness in Nepal, right? Every single game, there's going to be a different team who's going to stand up and perform. Amazing. 8 kills, 965. The MVP for the game is Rules over here. He's been such a wonderful right from the word go. 241 healing down. And what an amazing teamwork coming in from this entire team. 17 kill chicken dinner. Wow.
And we have Rules, sir. He's the MVP of this game. Secured 8 kills, and this is massive. Dish out 965 damage, and look at that, 1 assist as well.
But 8 kills, that is going to be the standout thing for him. 965, that is what he has dished out. And look at Joker also featuring for Skylightz Gaming with 749 damage, with 4 kills under his belt. YEKTA making an appearance with 912. So Esports, they were always around the clusters right from the word go. And YEKTA just made the maximum out of the situation. He's got a good amount of damage under his belt. But the confidence booster, that is what we were talking about, right? That is going to go inside towards the favor of Wizzes with quite 3 players inside the top 5 over there. And in the match summary as well, they're going to feature multiple columns. The highest damage, the highest kills, and even the maximum assist.
Yeah, even maximum assists, but yet out most utility is being used by this one lad in Panda. The longest distance skill, and this was the Miramar map, 244 meters is not that enough, but still, this is in the books. This is in the match summary, but let's take a look at the match ranking. 32
Ooh.
points. Skylightz Gaming on second with 18. YM Esports, a great outing from the side of this team because in the previous match they secured 0 points.
Wow. It's a really good comeback. Even for Hyde getting 6 points out of here. Look at the points distribution over there. Two of the teams getting 50 points for themselves, and the remaining, even on the sixth position, just getting 6. So, well, you really got to have the games out there if you want to make a comeback, and that is clearly what Wizzes and Fights have showed up. The Gangsters getting only 1 point out of here. That's going to hurt them in the side the overall, but they've got 2 more matches to regain that #1. Let's see if they're going to do that or not. But now just moving to the Oppo F19 Pro moments from this Miramar game, where Chante got the first knock, and look at the timer over there, 11 minutes 25 seconds. It's going to be something that I'm going to watch if it gets crossed or not.
Yeah, but after that, popping out of the buggy, Para got punished from the side angles. But we, as this is mentioned, after the 12 minutes till the 18, a lot of teams were losing out some individuals. But when we just hit the 19-minute mark, when teams were rotating inside the circle, we saw a lot of fights, literally multiple fights. And at that moment, teams like wizzes with vibes as well as YM Esports, they were stepping up, stealing some kills as well as taking down some players from every single angle. And I literally love this, how EKTA utilized this situation into his favor.
To sum this out completely, from the southern side, JyanMaara and Skylightz Gaming, they were doing the clear up job, and from the northern side, it was the complete responsibility of Wizzes with Vibes, and from the western side, from the eastern side, it was YM Esports. With AsOne, they took the responsibility for not allowing Malaysia to enter, and that is exactly what you witnessed inside the overall rank, overall damage as well. Look at Wizzes with Vibes and 2,642. That's the perfect response for the Erangel game that the Gangsters pulled off, and they've been amazing over here, hunting down, hurting every single team that they found in their tracks, and couldn't have a better result over here. 2 points from a single game, an amazing effort.
As well as they were looking unstoppable, 17 total of kills. But if we talk about Team Hype, Elementrix, OHR, EKTA Esports secured 4 kills respectively. And if we have the overall ranking after that, second then wizzes with vibes on the top, EKTA Esports, they just got slipped down onto the second position with 32 points. Skylightz Gaming, they have the same amount of points, that is 32. Elementrix and the Gangsters on 4th and 5th with 28 and 18.
Where is JyanMaara? Once again, that is my question. And wow, they were just so amazing during the semi-finale, but 2 games already. It's time for JyanMaara and Elementrix in this upcoming game of Sanhok, I feel. Let's see what they're going to pull off. Or is it going to be Skylightz Gaming or the Gangsters stepping up once again? It's going to be really, really amazing. Look at JyanMaara. Just 8 points in 2 matches. They would be under pressure right now, and they would want to deliver. Let's see if they're going to be able to do that or not.
Yeah, but 3 teams in the bottom page of the leaderboard, Raw, Trust, Process and 2 RGR just secured only 2 total points, and that is not expected from the side of these 3 teams. But let's see how they're going to play in the other 2 matches. We still have Sanhok and the second Erangel left for the day. Anything can happen, and yeah, I'm again up for some surprises. But 12 minutes, dead silence, never expected.
Well, that is going to be something that we're going to keep an eye on. 11 minutes, 27 seconds to be precise for the first blood. And that doesn't happen on a daily basis. So let's see when is that going to when that is going to get challenged or not.
Let's see if that's going to be a challenge or not. But we're gonna head on towards the 3rd game. But before that, let's take a break, and we will meet you after this short break.
Are you keeping it real? I'm calling shotgun, wanna see my baby run. Oh, what's the word on the sea? Kicking up the dust, if you know what I mean. We got a good thing going.
Hello and welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to PUBG Mobile Club Open Fall Split 2021 Nepal Region, sponsored by Oppo F19 Pro. Hook up your fun. And Trooper, what are your
Yeah.
thoughts about the third match for the day?
Well, uh, I'm already falling in love with the Nepal region, to be really honest. The kind of aggression that is incoming in the final stages of the matches is really remarkable. And that clearly tells you the intent that everyone is just trying to take their maximum players to the final circle. And look at that lobby size, everyone's seated, 64 players trying so hard for that PMP slot. I absolutely love. This is esports action at its very best. This
Yeah.
is what I absolutely love.
This is what we, in fact,
Yep,
absolutely love,
everyone,
Trooper.
right?
Yeah,
Every
every
esports
single
enthusiast,
person.
yes.
And we were waiting for these type of competitions, right? And I'm so grateful that I'm casting these games with you, Trooper, because this is like a lifetime opportunity.
Oh
Casting the
wow.
PMCO Nepal region, and we saw some teams who were so good with their placement points, those skill points, and securing those chicken dinners. Pinpoint perfect.
Well, certainly it's an amazing opportunity. And every single game is a completely different story, right? And
Yeah.
a storyline over here inside the Sanhok game that I came prepared for is Krypton Esports going to leave way for Skylightz Gaming inside bootcamp? And the answer is yes. But TDP have found action already because they found Hoody on their drop, and Hoody have dropped on the ruins of here. So TDP have got to defend this now. Let's see how efficiently they are going to do this, and this is going to be really, really amazing to watch.
It's certainly going to be really, really amazing to watch, as you just mentioned. TDP secure that one kill. Hoody Esports lost one. TDP Shaga, he has that M416 as well as an ump, and this combination is going to be the best because we all know this in the meta. And what's really on the other side, from the side of Hoody, he has Thompson in a level 2 West. And
This one is for
yeah,
you, Shivansh, right? You always want an early fight, right? And this
yeah,
is a and what better than Sanhok? You've got three hot drops. We've got a boot camp. We've got Paradise Resort, and the third is Ruins. So Ruins is contested over here, and I love this whole temple over here. And teams going up against each other. It's a fair 4v4 fight that is now converted for a three-player situation for Hindi. But trust the process, the kind of experience, and they know the complete area, right? They're just listening
yeah.
for those sound cues, waiting for that opportunity, and wow, the cube is here on Iron side. I don't see that on a daily basis.
We never witness these type of matches on daily basis. Like some team securing 17 kills, another team secured 27 total points. In fact, two teams secured 27 total points in one game. This is not this is not a daily dose of competitive games, right? It's like unique. It is unique.
Yeah, it's been absolutely a blast for the opener, right? It couldn't have been a more perfect start for the PMCO Nepal Regional Finale. And even I was like, oh, let's see what's going to happen. But hey, they just got the entire attention completely. We have 5 to 6 teams who are like, any one of them who could just win, but there are 10 more teams who are just eyeing that slot, right? Everyone trying that extra bit hard over here. Let's see who are going to go in. Look at these cops getting caught out and punished down. This is what is happening in Nepal. And the players from Skylightz Gaming just stationing themselves so beautifully. Just minutes ago, they were looting a boot camp, right?
Yep.
And one of the players already flying in that Archer Tower. And I don't see any mistake coming in from cops. In their mind, they had the area completely clear. There was no one supposed to be over there. But then when they're going to go back and watch the stream, they would be like, ah, he moved in so quickly over there. Nice.
Never anticipated that. Like
Yes.
never ever anticipated that, and that's why picking off some players while they're moving, and that's going to help you a lot. But that's going to help you a lot. But right now, TDP Hoodie, this fight is still going on. We hit the 4-minute mark, and it start just before we just looking out for the plane path. But
Retreating. I think the retreat stance is on completely. Even trust the process. They're realizing that they're investing a bit too much time over here inside this fight. Look at that, just 5 bandits for one player, and the other one has 5 bandits with 15 killers. Not a very good amount of food that they have, so they just need to get away from the situation. This is Sherpa just buying in some time from his team. He just got the TPP angle just locked in onto the players of Hoodie. He's just listening very closely to the sound cues over there and just trying to buy that time for his team to get away. And now, when multiple players have sort of stationed themselves in a cover position, he's just running out in the open himself. This is a good teamwork coming in from TPP, and this is the experience talking in, right? They know that you cannot over invest time. It's the most important thing in a PUBG Mobile game because the circle is going to close and it's always the race against the play zone. At the end of the day, you've got to survive inside the play area. And for that, you got to station yourself into decent positions. And this is exactly what TDP are applying over here.
For sure, and you know what? There's wise words from the side of one of like the famous person. Like, if you can't fly, just run. If you can't run, just walk. If you can't walk, just crawl. The point is keep moving, right? So in this PUBG Mobile game, you have to keep moving if you want to just see yourself. Just want to see yourself on the top. And if you're looking out for that first position, so yeah, just keep moving.
But the problem now is that they realize some sort of activities. The sound cues are being given away. Billy Daju is here, and even they are trying to create flank angles over here. So they've just got one more player deployed, and they either need to retreat him or create an open. That is what they are waiting for. So they've just kept the things on the balance right now. It may shift towards any side. They're not completely giving away on the opportunity that they can get more kills from the scenario. But it's going to be really interesting how they're going to deal with this because the first circle is going to has already started closing in, right? Look at the blue lines over there. They're just now closing in. And very soon the second shift of the circle is going to be here. And such a fast-paced game of Sanhok, you might just find yourself gate kept at any position, right? Even in the third circle, you might find yourself gate kept. And wow, this is Sanhok. We had some amazing sight and amazing work coming in from Erangel. And now once again, we've got this beautiful map of Sanhok in front of us. What a work, what a masterpiece of work coming in from these observers over here. I'm already so impressed with them. A big shout out to Anjan and the team who are doing this beautiful work out there. And I absolutely love Phoenix, the way bootcamp is still visible over there.
You know what?
Yeah.
I love that line, Trooper. That I absolutely love Phoenix. Your casting. You just want to say like okay. Let's focus on this. That was a PG, Trooper. Come on.
I didn't get that. I'm sorry. It was so bad.
I'll explain it to you after the show. But again, if we talk about circle,
please email it to me. Okay? I just regularly check it. But look at this. Even the city of Harton, that rotation coming in from height, that late rotation coming in, and Elementrix have already stationed themselves towards the northern edges. So let's see how the next shift of the circle is going to shape up over here.
yes, let's see where the circle just going to form and shift it towards the northern side of the map. And look at that, Hoodie and DDP, as well as Hype. They're inside the blue. They're taking some amount of damage from the blue. And a question is, we can see a lot of team present towards the southern side of the map. And wizzes with vibes. Yeah, they have to
Look at that, Phoenix. Even after a drop location collision, on the 9-minute mark, we got 62 players standing, and JyanMaara have lost no fear. The player who was just standing out in the kill leaders list during the semi-finale, and they've got two back-to-back bad games here, JyanMaara. They really want to step up and push the pedal in the right direction. But right now, they're getting pinned inside the Sanhok. This is the third game for them. Very crucial. They want to get away from the situation. And JyanMaara Esports, I like the way the team is playing, right? They're just trying to keep their eyes behind their backs. So even during the Erangel game, they took up correct decisions at the right time. It was just the brilliance of GANGSTERS who outplayed them on those Milta shows over there. But now, let's see. They know the kind of challenge they're up against, right? JyanMaara is not going to give away anything to you so easily. Just got to make sure you pin them down. And with that knock on no fear, let's see how if they would be looking to capitalize or not. And look at the HP over there. Look at the HP. Solo. Still surviving, but I think the first hit has been popped. But he might just go down in a moment. And gets away yet another time. Wow.
Wow. That was so perfect. And you know what? The reaction time was also insane. Now, Spike is gonna lob that one grenade towards the side of that one single player, or we can say just gonna lob that one grenade towards that one rock. But again, it's not gonna knock out any player because they already left that one position, already left that position. But EKTA Esports, they are on the second position in the overall ranking, looking so good. And the second circle start closing in. It's 10-minute mark. 62 players are still there. Let's see. In the previous match, I think so, Trooper. Uh, that was 11 minute 26 seconds, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so now it's like if it's just gonna exclude those two kills, we're still
No, no,
waiting
no,
for
no, no, no. No, I'm very happy without excluding because you really see the first blood being drawn inside the 12 minute, right? I'm not going
yeah.
to dilute that fact over there. It's a beauty over there. But look at this. Skylightz Gaming, they already got one kill for themselves. Now they're surprising yet another team. That is AsOne Unity, just moving in from that river dry junction area. They have been caught off guard, and the knock has been placed over them. Let's see if they're going to convert this kill or not. But speaking once again about YMM, I'll just try to bring this inside conversation. These important plays are so important, right? Because they build up the
Yes.
confidence. We saw in the South Asia Wildcard region how NRC, they did not really get big numbers in the first game, right? But they were doing absolutely everything correctly, and that is very important for them. That moral victory from the game is really, really important to carry forward as confidence in the remaining games, and that is something I'm hoping for YM Esports because they were not doing anything wrong against the gangsters, right? It was a pretty decent job. He was shooting on a buggy. Remember, the cops trying to get away. The call from IGL comes in. He just commits back to the fight. But it was sheer brilliance of the lads from gangsters over there. So they really got to understand that they're doing things correctly over here. They're listening to the IGL. They're going in for the fights, and that is exactly what you need to do. And just wait for the right opportunity to come and just grasp upon it. When you get that important shift of the circle, when you get that gatekeep position, which you might get any time. And this is certainly a possibility. Look at that YME Sports once again in the dead center. And let's see if they're going to convert their confidence in the right direction or not.
That is going to be the point, so that we can just keep on just build the conversation on that. But now the circle just shift towards the paradise and the boot camp area.
Wow.
And boot camp is still inside the circle. So as the players of Skylightz Gaming, Elementrix. Look at that. SAS and Liquid pretty close to the circle. Orange as well as Inception. They are just moving towards. Oh, this is so beautiful.
I've casted so many games in my career, but this work coming in from this specific observer, it's outstanding. It's
Wow.
absolutely outstanding. I've even been an observer myself, but I know how difficult that is to catch the plane through those angles. You might even try it yourself, but wow, amazing work coming in. That is pure art. That is pure art over there. But now we got to get back to these fights over here. This is Raw Official up against CDP, the team that was incoming from the Ruins area. And the ball has hit him. And the ball has hit him. He's under pressure. He's in Inferno. And that is CDP out of the lobby. 4 kills for Raw Official. They're going to absolutely love this. And they've not lost a single player. Even Pick will get the revive over there. This is exactly the kind of start that Raw Official needed in this campaign. With a brilliant victory in the National Championship, they've got a very good momentum in their favor. And this wipe of TDP might just be the exact thing that they needed inside the regional finale.
Like, that was the way how you're going to confirm some kills, just going to burn out some players. That's like incredible.
And shoot them while they're burning, right?
But Cloud, he just stepped in a death trap and he just gonna leave his loot crate inside that one compound. And he's just gonna leave the lobby. But now, Hoody Esports, Ashrat, he just present towards those ridges, towards those mountains, pretty close to the players of Skylightz Gaming, and he is just present towards the boot camp area. Now, the thing is, Trooper, we still have 15 teams left in the lobby, and circle is closing in. This is the third circle which is closing, and a lot of teams just lose out their individual, and we lost TDP in a very, very, very unfortunate position. But now, Raw Official, they already secured 4 kills, and they are looking out for some more.
Yes, they would certainly be. But you teach me a lot about in different games, right? How about you like the kind of retake that Skylightz Gaming has done over here?
Oh,
They went outside boot camp,
Yeah,
and they
they
are
went
back
outside.
again. it's a retake that they've executed, right? So
True.
just how this is the exact scenario, and just like with the shift of the circle, they're changing their positions around boot camp, like a chess game,
Yeah.
right? Once they were towards the southern part, now they're back towards the northern side, trying to get as much information as they can. Look at Turula, the kind of TPP angle he's created for himself and he's trying to control those ridges where Elementrix is arriving. To the
Oh no.
perfect timing for gathering that information. I'm just waiting if he can get and notice some pixels over there, or even some
But
shots that are going to be exchanged.
H2o, they are fighting against the players of Hype. They were looking so good. All the four players were alive, but now they are up against the player of H2o. Let's see how this fight is just going to pan out. But I have been still inside that one compound, but I'm waiting for the circle. Look at that. Black pretty far away from the pack, but if the circle just going to move towards his side, and he's going to be so happy because he's with Wise pressing towards the
Wow.
circle, and Smooth Cap is
Look at
still
this.
inside the circle as one in the dead center, Trooper.
And yes, look at this position coming in from Skylightz Gaming. They went towards the
Yeah.
southern part where Cops were, right? And they had this access to boot camp, which they've utilized so beautifully. And this is the exact ridge that they were watching. And that is where the circle has shaped up. So just imagine the kind of brilliance in the IGL coming in from Skylightz Gaming. Sorry, he's always been spectacular, and that is why it is one of the biggest teams in the region. And they're just performing once again. They knew exactly where to concentrate at the right time, at the right place, and you get the information. And information is a key in a battle royale game, right? You just get the information and you just got to time your aggression, throttle it correctly to get the right result. And that is exactly what Skylightz Gaming has been doing beautifully over here. Let's see if they are going to just time that aggression and clear out those ridges and maybe occupy a good space over there or not. But towards a different part of the map right now, they've got a Scooty being ridden. The scooter ride for business of lives, and QGR, they are on a different paradise trip as well, but they've been caught off guard. And now they're going to leave the vehicle behind. Dongai and Kazi, you just got to walk to the circle now.
Yeah, you just have to walk towards circle. So circle is just 40 meters far behind from them. But let's see how they're gonna manage that. But Shante on the other side takes down one player. Reaper. Okay, he just got knocked out from a moving vehicle. Yante on the other side just to confirm that kill. But Kurkure with that perfect, revenge. You just burst out one vehicle, which is gonna knock out your player. Now, Kurkure, he has to move inside the circle. He has to rotate inside the circle. And the way he just buy that time was so interesting.
And Wadu goes down, and there's one more player from Gangster who's down. So the Gangsters are getting picked off over here. They got an opening inside the first game, but now serious questions are being answered to the Gangsters, and they sort of do not have the answers to in the off maps. And would be really interested to see what they will be pulling off in their angle once again. But right now, we have got H2o Esports against the Gangsters, and even the likes of blah 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 taking shots. And look at that, even JyanMaara, snipe point, he comes into the equation with his own M249 and shuts down blah 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 over there. So two of the lads are down for Team Gangsters right now. And just one lad standing over there. I believe Wadu has been picked up already. There's a very difficult situation for Team Gangsters to deal with. Let's see if they're going to make out of this alive. Gangster get eliminated. He's got picked up as well. So blah 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 is knocked. He's just got one teammate standing for him, and he's got to deal with two teams over there. Even Skylightz Gaming get picked up on a different team, that is Team Cops, and they've been eliminated out of the lobby.
Team Cops, only two players are still surviving. Only one player got picked. In fact, two players got picked off. But look at that. They are inside the circle, so that's the good part. Elementrix have a good control of that mountain. Shari on the other side, he's on the receiving edge. Hype on the other side, stepping up, taking on the players of 2RGR. Krypton, they're not finding a good job, but blah, blah, blah.
He goes down.
He goes down from the play zone, and now these teams are just being more cautious because they are just engaging in a lot of fights. Raw on the other side, taking down the players of 2RGR. TG, they're inside the blue zone. Never expected this.
Well, really, and even the next player for Corp 69, Rana, he goes down as well. But the Gangsters are once again down to just one lad, and so are Corps and 2GR as well. Even Hoody are not having a really good outing as well. They're down to just two players, Hype down to two players as well. But we have still got the likes of Skylightz Gaming towards those northern sides of the boot camp area, the three warehouses. That is what they're occupying, and they had a good enough of time to clear out those higher grounds towards boot camp. And let's see what they're going to pull off over there. And look at the last player from the Gangsters. He's getting pinned down over there. That's not looking a very good sight for Utsalga. He did take a knock over there, and let's see if he's going to survive for a very long time. But JyanMaara on the other side, they're walking into clusters from the northeast side. There's just fight just around the corner of these ridges, and Hoody Esports also get eliminated. Meanwhile, multiple fights erupting in different part of the map. And look at Nofia charging into the Thompson. He's going to find 2 labs. And yeah, Esports, they're going to shut him down. And this is the confidence talking for them. Even Susan is out here. And Esports, they fall down to the play zone. They
Oh,
fall
no.
down to the play zone. Eliminated. What bad luck for them.
That was sheer bad luck for YM, but look at that. Oh, Liquid! How to end journey for that one team, and that's going to be JyanMaara. Now Elementrix is going to move inside the circle, secure 3 kills. All the 4 players are still alive, 40 meters far behind from the circle. Krypton stepping up, taking down the players of Raw, and that is required because they were pinching down your players. They were the team who were taking down your players, but on the other side, Hype, they got eliminated at the 10th position.
Well, this is something we did not expect from Hive. And look at Raw official Sada also surviving over there out in the open as AsOne Unity make their way to this compounds just outside the boot camp area. We've still got 8 teams remaining. Look at the circle and imagine 8 teams surviving over there. That is not possible, right? Utsurga falls down eventually to the play zone, but he's got some points for his team, and that was really important for them. Just 2, but yes, those were important as well. Now, Sada just surviving out in the swamp area alone, and it's not looking a good situation for him. On one side, he's got AsOne Unity, but towards the high ground, look at Elementrix. This is a big game incoming for them. And only I feel like it's Skylight or Wizzes, with wise these 2 teams are something that can stop Elementrix on the stance. They've got a high ground to play. They've got a good look at the area completely, and even Krypton are giving a really, really hard time to the lads of Wizzes with fights.
Yup, certainly. And look at that. Zichariyopi just knocked out Sus, and now Saitama just jump peeking from an angle, which is with by Malik. He just secured 1 knock, but on the other side, Rules will fall down, which is with by Deuce out, lost 1 player in this fight. Raw on the other side struggling with the 2. Orange! Oh my goodness! Come on, look at this! One team! He eliminated an entire squad!
Wow. Orange this time. In one match we had Elementrix go, and now blah 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 go at one end, and now we've got Orange doing that amazing damage. Just goes down this time. This is AsOne Unity, but Orange is still standing for the team. He's just got 2 kills, so he's just confirmed the knocks for the team as well over there, and that is looking a really good chance for them. They're gonna do the regrouping, and the next circle is just towards where Elementrix are holding up. I think it's going to be very difficult for a team like Wizzes with fights to come in now. Just Delta is the only survival player over there. Even Sada gets picked off. He's out of the game, and this is Krypton just charging on. They know this area pretty well, right? They were dropping inside the boot camp area during the semi-finale stage, and now Orange, he picks up on God Knight inside this compound. What a beautiful knock coming in with that 3x. That is something that can just change the course of the game for Krypton Esports completely. Look at Delta. He's doing the heal battle still inside the boot camp area, and B-Mac might just go down to the spray. No, he doesn't. Inception is here with Sus and Liquid as well. All the 4 players standing, but the circle is now going to push them towards these open area. And what an amazing knock by Sus, and this is a perfect setup. Intis was trying to catch players out in the open from Elementrix. Bandages being applied. Orange does not have the time. Let's do the next cover out there. They're gonna play with the utilities really smartly. Sus just holding on to the back lines, trying to make things difficult, and the nades coming in. Nades after nades, the barrage of red zone created. That is the end for Krypton. They have been denied an entrance completely. Now it's down to AsOne Unity. They've got 3 lads of Elementrix just rushing onto them. They're so low on them. It's going to be a wipe coming in or not. Liquid standing, takes out Gunda. Saitama in front of him. Liquid is about to spot Saitama, shut him down, and Elementrix come back with a chicken dinner in the game of Sanhok inside the regional finale over here. What an amazing comeback coming in from Elementrix.
3 different games, 3 different winners. And that was an amazing performance from the side of Elementrix. 12 kills in a game. Trooper, look at the pass.
Hashtag 2, yes. Where were they at the start of this game, right? On the overall standing, and this is going to be amazing coming in from the Nepal region. Every single game is going to be a new team that is going to come and that is going to dominate and change the positions inside the top 3 or top 4 teams. But the good thing is, some of the teams are getting consistent performances over here. Look at Liquid, the MVP for the game with 7 kills. Blah 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 had 6. So Liquid. He was like, why can't I have 7? We even had a 9 kill MVP in the previous game as well. So amazing game from lads in back-to-back matches.
Dished out 314 damage. Okay, only 314. And he secured 7
Ooh.
kills. And you know
Wow.
what? For each kill, at least you have to dish out at least 100 damage. Okay. How many assists being dished out by his teammate? I just want to check out for that. And in fact, in that 314 damage,
He's got an
he
assist.
ga- yeah,
Wow.
he got an assist, and that is something crazy.
Well, that's really something. We need to learn from him this art, right? In 314, how to dish that out. But look at Rick also making an appearance over here with the equal 644 damage. Vivek also from Krypton getting 3 kills for this. A lot of players getting 3 kills over there. But Yeta from YM, a decent performance coming in. They got 4 kills for themselves. So they're just doing most of the things correctly over here. And they fell down to the play zone over here, right? I really feel for them. But I feel like there's a big game incoming for YM Esports.
Yeah, there's certainly a big game coming from the side of YM Esports. We have the match summary, and Saitama, he has the highest assist, which is 3. Most utilities being used by Bolster from the side of Corps. Raw, Rick, just out the highest amount of damage, and Spike has the longest kill, and every single player in the match summary is from different teams.
Wow, that's amazing. And a 27 kill chicken dinner answering the 32 kill chicken dinner in Miramar. An amazing comeback coming in from Elementrix. Krypton also gets 16 as the circle moves towards bootcamp. That is an area that they like. That is exactly what they have done. But are Skylightz Gaming, okay? They got 9 kills out of this game as well. So they're being the consistent team. They're getting points in back-to-back matches, and this is going to push them upwards inside the overall standings. And let's see where they're going to land by the end of this game. It's going to be really important to watch that out. But Raw, with 12 points in this game, they might just also announce their arrival on the page number 1 over there.
You know what? Wizzes with White, look at that. They were at the first page of the leaderboard, and they are going to be on the first position in the overall ranking. But we have the second page of match ranking in front of us. Hype on the 9th position with 4 total points. JyanMaara on 11th, and the GANGSTERS on 12th.
Well, certainly. What a game. And JyanMaara, this is a team. Wow. This was a team that I was expecting to be already on the #1 and #2 positions. And they're definitely going to make a comeback at some point or the other. But the opening day, JyanMaara, they have been taken up by surprise completely. And now having a look at the Oppo F19 Pro moments right now. These are the fights that we witnessed in the early half of the game. And it was Raw official just fighting off EDP, and then it was Skylightz Gaming saying to hurt Hoody. And then they really did hurt a lot of teams out there, but eventually could not manage to get just 10 points. And Novia got knocked off from a distance from Elementrix at this point, right? Just when he was about to wipe YM Esports, he got shot from a distance. And how rarely does that happen, right? And this was Orange just finishing off Skylightz Gaming, doing a big clear of work for them. They really found it hard to deal with the multiple ships in the zone. This was another ship towards the western side, and they first went towards the south, then they tried to control the north and could not manage to go towards the west. And that has been their story. But inside the final circle, Liquid just made sure to do the wipe of work. They even had Sus on the backlines over there, but he wasn't needed. Liquid was good enough for the situation. The highest damage being dished out by Raw official.
Yes, look at that. 1700. 1719 damage just out by Raw. On the second position, we have Elementrix with 1304. And AsOne and Krypton, both the teams just out almost same amount of damage, 1145 and 1144.
Well, certainly. And look at Skylightz Gaming as well. 1,000 damage for them. Even YM, look at that. Almost 1,000 damage for YM Esports. I'm talking again and again about YM Esports. I can sense the momentum in that team. And let's see, it's just a matter of time. They're going to start delivering it in the form of points as well. Looking at the overall ranking, and look at YM Esports with those consistent performances. They've added up 22 points for themselves inside the top 7 already. The GANGSTERS just falling down a little bit with 30 points. AsOne rising up with inside the top 5. EKTA Esports also falling down a little bit over there. But look at Elementrix. They're right where it means business. And wizzes with 5. taking first position for now, but Skylightz Gaming are not far away as well. It's going to be an amazing contest inside this Nepali region.
Skylightz Gaming again just on the third position. Secure total 41 points, and look at that, they're surrounded by the teams who secured second dinner, wizzes with 5, Elementrix as well as H2o Esports, AsOne Unity without securing a single chicken dinner. They're still on the 5th position, so that's the good point for them. Now we have the second phase of overall ranking. Raw stepping up at the 10th, to RGR on 14, but JyanMaara on 12.
Well, yes, JyanMaara on 12th over there. That is not a good fight. Yes, and let's see how they're going to deal with this. JyanMaara, 11th overall for them. And that is something no one would have expected from the entire region. Like now, I think this last game, every skill eye is going to be on JyanMaara because they really need to step up, right? If you lose like 4 matches and do not end up inside the first page, you really sort of hurt your chances to win that PMPL slot because this is not a big tournament. Let me just remind you once again. Let me just state the obvious once again. This is not a big tournament. By the end of the next game, a quarter of the tournament would be over. Just 16 matches for all these teams, and JyanMaara really, really needs to step up now.
They for sure have to step up because we have only one game left for the day, Trooper, and it's going to decide the journey as well as the, we can say, basically the momentum. Because if you're going to play good in the first game, you're going to keep up the momentum till the second. But after this amazing game, we need a little bit of breather. So we go on a short break. Come right up. It's going to be the final match for the day.
Here we go now.
Are you keeping it real? I'm calling shotgun, wanna see my baby run. Oh, what's the word on the sea? Kicking up the dust, if you know what I mean. We got a good thing going. We got a good thing going on.
Here we go now.
Hello and welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the PUBG Mobile Club Open Fall Split 2021 Nepal Region, sponsored by Oppo F19 Pro. Woke up your fun. My name is Phoenix One. Alongside me, it's IGPL Trooper. We're going to cast the final game for the day of the PMCO Finals Nepal. And how much wooked up are you, Trooper?
Well, really booked up with all the 3 performances coming in. First from EKTA Esports and GANGSTERS over there. They were really amazing in the opener. And then wizzes with Wives, they just wrapped up things completely in Miramar. And they're still stationed on the #1. But Elementrix coming back. With even more bass, right?
Yes, even more base. And now we have the plane budget stars from the western side of Nova Ripnoy and heading towards the Siburni area. And this your captain from the plane, Phoenix. And on the eastern side, you have Milta, Shelter, Prison Mansion, Yasnaya Polyana, and Stalbo. On the western, you have Pochinki, School, which I hate a lot when I was a kid, Rozak, as well as Siburni.
It's at this point, you and I both know, right, that for the next 10 minutes, it's going to be a lull in the game.
Yeah.
Everybody's just going to drop in, loot. So you're just trying to come in with your extra PJs, right? Am I right? Yeah,
Hey, you got it.
don't do that, to me, please. But here we
Why,
have,
bro?
look at,
It's
here we
part of a
have.
game.
I know that. I know that. Look at towards Milda, right? We've got YM Esports with vibes already over there, so they're just finding themselves pretty close to each other quite early over here. And let us have a look at where Elementrix are also dropping it. What a circuit. Wow, what a curveball being thrown at all the 16 IGLs over there. Some of them
Yeah.
jumped early, some of them jumped towards the eastern shore, but you've got to completely traverse towards a different shoreline. That is the western one. Georgopol,
Oh.
Quarry, Gatka, Hospital, these are the areas that are going to be occupied in this game. Even the Everest is looking in a very sweet spot right now. It's going to be really, really handy for someone who can shoot up quickly and hold up the Everest heights.
Raw, they are quite happy with this circle because they usually drop down towards the George Pool area, as
Yeah.
well as the players of EKTA. But now EKTA just hitting towards the second drop location. That is Milda Power. Now they are not quite happy with the circle. But look at the teams present towards the southern side, southeastern side of the circle. TDP, H2o, YM, EKTA Esports, Whiskies will fight pretty close to each other.
They got to just do a ticket system over there, that one rotation at a time, right? Just don't create clusters over there. But the gangsters finding themselves pretty close. Our shots keep hitting on them now. They just want to get away from the situation. There was a player in that round. But all the players inside this vehicle right now, and they're going to move up towards the Georgopol Northern City. It's a pretty big drop location to loot up. Let's see. They're not ready. None of them is just ready to drop it over here. They were just
Not a
checking the
single
garage.
person.
Yeah, they were just checking the garage for that extra vehicle. And it's a really good thing, right?
Oh.
It's a really
It
good
is.
thing. If you are already super aware that you would be needing the vehicles right from the word go, it's a good time utilization. Once you
Yeah.
loot it up, then going after for a vehicle is not a really good idea to be. And these players are really good enough. When they even drop in, they notice multiple vehicles inside the vicinity. And they just plan or change their course according to that. And that becomes a really important part of it.
For
Look at
sure, it is.
how he used the boat up till this
Yeah.
point, and then sort of made an appearance over here. Could have just gone on towards
Oh.
the
Garage.
containers right away. But he wanted to stop at the garage, look at the vehicle if there was one, and then go towards his teammate. And that is how you play.
That is how you play. This is a team play game, Phoenix. Teams are pretty much important. That's not like individual gameplay, and but some teams like Wizzes with Vibes, 15 meters. In fact, 1,500, 1,500 meters. Is the distance they have to close in, otherwise they will fight against with the blue. But if we talk about this team, on the top of the chart, on the top of the overall ranking, Ashton Room right now. But teams like Elementrix as well as EKTA Esports and Skylightz Gaming, they are chasing down those points.
Well, they are. Even JyanMaara is right with chasing down those points. And look at this adrenaline shot being used. So this is extra loot that he's got, right?
Yeah.
So he's not just trying to keep that adrenaline inside his backpack. So what is he doing is just putting it inside him. So he might just get a little bit of an extra time, and it really matters. Those little bit of extra seconds that these players can find for themselves really does matter a lot. And because the game is calibrated on the small ms, right? Milliseconds, that is where it works. And these extra seconds that they buy for themselves, just moving quickly inside the game, it really, really does make a huge
Oh.
impact. And that is being showcased by the teams over here.
Oh, but you know what? With that adrenaline shot, now you can run faster. From if you're gonna compare it with the normal speed, right? It's gonna give you a boost. It's like good thing if you just want to run inside the circle, but you could have been like shared the adrenaline syringe with your teammates. Like you need this. No, I just don't want. I'm just running out in an open area. I have a vehicle, but no, D-Gangster. After that first Erangel, the Sanhok and the Miramar was not in their favor. And Utsaga on the other side just marking those loot for his teammates. He literally marked that 5.56 ammo inside this one compound, and his mini Godzilla is just chasing him.
It's an amazing thing. I really am impressed with that mini Godzilla and the Kong edition. It's really the coolest. But coming back to that game. Oh, but before that, we got Skylightz Gaming very close to the Getka Hospital region over here. And Heaven just spotted a rotation coming in from Hoody and just tried to dish out some damage over there. Luckily for Hoody Esports, they did not lose a player over there. And now Heaven is just going to change his position. It's very important when you're a solo player, right? Because if you get spotted at the solo player over here, or just a buggy, if a buggy might just get spotted, that there would be just two players. The team might just try to take advantage of the man disadvantage situation, and that is what he's just avoiding right now. But coming back to the adrenaline, right? How often do you see an adrenaline used inside a fight?
Okay, the chances are quite low, but you know what? Teams really opted for those painkillers as well as energy drinks because space is more important, right?
Exactly.
You just need those extra space for your bullets as well as for those energy drinks. So you just want to be on the safer side using those adrenaline syringe in the start of the match, as well as if you don't have a vehicle, just want to run fast. You're pretty far away from the safe zone. That's going to help you a lot.
It certainly does, and all those teams who sort of play outside the circle also use that adrenaline syringe at the start of the game. But we never see in a competitive game that a player is just finding time inside a fight and just going ahead and applying an adrenaline syringe over there. That's really I've never seen that happen in a very long time over there. But yes, so that is the reason that adrenaline syringes in competitive games are fairly used at the start of the game. But now, coming back to the situation that we have over here, just towards the side of Gatka, towards the Stewart region, we have already got Krypton Esports that where they are seated. We've got JyanMaara right in front of them. So this is the team that we've been calling out for, right? Putting our bets on that a comeback is necessary for JyanMaara. Susan is here with Sniper and his teammates. Let's see what Sniper ID and No Fear are going to pull off over here. They've got the information. Yes, they have an idea. They have an idea. What do you think, Felix?
Oh, M24 versus Mini 14. Mini 14. Here's a headshot.
Well, yes. The DMR it always has that multiple shot advantage, right? If you just missed one from the M24, give a decent fair amount of time for the DMR to score, and that is exactly what happened for you.
Now teams are that one particular player is just forced to use one first aid kit as well as one booster so that he can heal himself up till 100. Now the first circle is again closing in. We still have 64 players alive. And the circle, where the circle is just gonna form thanks to our production team. I really love them. And now we have the mini map on the top right corner of the screen, a centralized shift.
Well, yes. It's still a hybrid circle. We don't know where it is going to go, either towards the northern side of the river or maybe towards the Kitka side only. The Everest is still holding a very good spot. Uh, but the surprising thing is that there is no team stationed over the Everest already. They're not just putting their bets on the Everest that it is going to stay inside the circle. A lot of teams just investing their stay towards those Kitka open fields. And once again, we have got this drop. A Groza 4x level 3. And where it is dropping, look at that. So steadily just dropping onto the surface towards the northern side of the river inside the northern city. But towards this part, we've got Skylightz Gaming trying to create an opening on TDP. Remember, they were right early, even during the Sanhok game, and now once again they're under pressure.
They certainly are. Shari OP just keep on lobbing some grenades, and this grenade
they're going down.
might knock out two players. Oh, in fact, one. And yeah, Sharpa, he will fall down and he will get the first position. Yeah, that was the first blood of the game. 10 minutes, 8 seconds on the clock.
And this is the kind of pressure that Skylightz Gaming has successfully created over teams in the Nepali region, and they're getting rewarded for that now. They've already got 2 kills here. GDP under pressure. This is Shari just making the run, spot them down. Might just take shots as well with a red dot on that A kill, trying to create a lot of pressure. His teammate has arrived over here. Given and Shari together, they're going to pull this off. And shot has been delivered over there. A little bit of damage, but this is Shari just menacing. Entering over there. This is his first kill, I believe. He's already got 3, and the fourth player goes to his teammates. So 4 kills in the all for Skylightz Gaming, and the way they have been dominating their vicinity is really amazing. But what do we have a third-party situation? Is Elementrix interested over here? No, there's the backdrop. So the revive is going to get executed so easily. But look at that. If a team had held up that Everest position with a good scope right now, the revive would have been a very difficult thing to execute.
Yeah, but Elementrix, they were firing some shots onto the players of Skylightz Gaming. So yeah, it is important to revive your teammates and reposition yourself and then take a fight against that one team, because the distance is quite a lot inside this circle. We see well vibes again. The team who's on the top lost one player, and that is Malik, and we all know. We saw him. He was so good. In the PMNC, he was so good with his individual skill. And right now in the PMCO, he's so close. Rules, look at that. Almost spot out Gunda and missed out the first shot.
For a moment there, the crosshair was exactly on point on his head.
Yeah.
And if you just pull the trigger over there, it could have been an amazing capture from the observer. But he did whatever he had to, right? The observer did whatever he had to. But it was in the hands of Rules to pull the trigger. He just did not. But this is the ruins area. This terrain, this beautiful terrain, gives a lot of cover to the teams over here. So it makes things really interesting. But the only problem that arises is when the circle starts shifting on these areas, it becomes very difficult to traverse. Even a little bit of a distance becomes so large margins to travel. That is what is interesting about the ruins area. And you've got multiple teams converging towards there already. Look at where Everest is, and no one sort of raw officials sort of interested over there now. But this next to the circle, the Everest and the Georgia Pool City and containers, I absolutely love the circle. This is my favorite circle.
Yeah. Totally agree with that point.
After the Yasnaya City circle.
After that urban finish, here you have the mountain finish, where we can see the Everest finish. Now, Hoody Esports as well as the players of DG, they're just heading towards the Everest, towards western side of the map. Hype on the other side, they're heading towards the containers. Now, Raw already had a good control of this mountain, and we all know if the circle gonna form towards the mountain, Raw gonna lead the charts in the kill feed as well as in the placement point department. But now they have to deal with a lot of teams. In fact, with 13 teams.
Wow, 14 teams, 54 players still alive, and suddenly the real estate prices inside Georgia Pool have gone so high, because everyone would be looking for all these spaces right now. Look at they've got parking spaces inside the garages also, inside these warehouses, and the teams just now charging towards that Everest with their vehicle. But let's see if they're going to find some resistance, because they've been already so late. This is YM Esports making their appearance over there. JyanMaara is just being spotted towards their side, and they're also making a rotation for themselves. So is AsOne Unity. So multiple rotations being spotted right now, and I'm very interested where JyanMaara is going. They're headed towards that Georgia Pool squad house right now, and it's going to be very interesting if they're going to stop over there or just walk past it and just move towards the containers, because that is one part that is also going to get crowded pretty soon. And this is just the third circle closing in. Already 3 teams on top of Everest. We've got Elementrix over here and YM Hell just going up against us very closely. So he's got the footsteps. He's got clear indications that there's a player, and Unity is being exchanged very close. And this is Hell just holding on to the position. Even in the backdrop, we have got raw officials over here. So already multiple teams stationing themselves on top of Everest.
Yep, now Hell's backing off, and we saw the 2 RGR, they just wanted to pencil down this team, YM Esports, but they have to check their backlines, because with 5, they are up against them, and they just want to contest the same compound they are holding. But at this position, Hype, they have a good control of these compounds. Look at that, and one single player just thrown down in an open area. Hoody Esports present towards the western side of the map.
So JyanMaara, they come to the compound, and it's going to be very interesting for them. They will have a lot of cover to play, but they will also have so much resistance that they're going to deal with. For now, they've only got Hype towards the triple warehouse, and 2 of the compounds have already been occupied. Look at where Susan is standing, bro. You need to get into some cover. It's not going to be. And it's gone. This Skog is just jumping behind him. JyanMaara, no and Susan on our screens right now. In the backdrop, those couple houses have been occupied and rented by AsOne Unity as well. So they're going to use them up for now. And the next shift of the circle is going to be really, really crucial over here.
Oh yeah, look at that. Look at that. Cops finally stepping up, taking down the players of Raw. We still have 14 players alive, but JyanMaara, now they are inside the circle, pretty close to the circle, but no fear. Now, again, he's just gonna secure his UAs, they have a good control of these three warehouses. In fact, two players inside that one warehouse and two players inside that another warehouse, but I can see another team just heading towards the container area, and that's going to be Raw, I think so.
And with just this next shift of the circle, JyanMaara have restationed their vehicles. You know what does that mean? They're going to invest time over here now. They're going to stay over here. They're going to not allow easy passes
GG.
here. Yes, they're just trying to just hold on to this position, this little bit of a cover inside the containers, and that is what the plan is right now. And they're just brilliantly executing it. What an amazing knock on blah blah blah. He had an amazing opening game, but now he is being dismissed quickly over here. No kills against his name already, and now Gunnar is entering over there. This might just be the second knock that they were looking to instill on the gangsters right now, and he's just walking towards the trajectory of the nade. Might just get damaged. No, he gets close enough, and the molly is going to give that damage to Gunnar. But now, JyanMaara, how are they going to come at everything inside this fight? That is going to be something to watch out for. Smoke's been deployed in all the directions by Utsarga and even Badu over there, trying to create some good space for his team. And Susan, let's see, can he create another opening for his team? Very important timing. This is the fight inside the Georgia Pool City containers. Georgia Pool containers right now. And even you can watch the lads of EKTA inside the backdrop. They're holding to the Georgia Pool squad house over there. And Johnny gets picked off on the heights of by Esports, and look at these heal battle. They have smoked up so large areas, and Susan goes down eventually. Blah blah blah, standing on top, and look at the position of Nofare. He's so far away from his teammates. They desperately need him, and blah blah blah, just making sure that no other player is there inside the vicinity. Even Elementrix Orange gets picked up. JyanMaara Susan has been eliminated now, and let's see. This is the gangsters. They're just trying to win a fight back in their favor.
Yup, and now JyanMaara, they are not in a good position. Look at that. Gonna keep on repositioning himself on the other side. Some teams are just going down from the play zone, and this is not what they expected. JyanMaara, no fear, so far away from Ghana. Both the players, in fact, so far away from each other. But JyanMaara, they have to do something. But from the backlines, we can see that high voltage, they're just moving towards a different position.
Well, let's see if they're going to do that or not. Or are they going to be allowed? Look at the amount of smoke. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 smokes deployed in this area already. This is a very, very highly invested area right now for all these teams. But how far are they going to stay over here? And look at Gangster now in the backdrop. He's just making sure that his vehicle is inside the zone as well, because it's going to be very important for them to move out of the containers. Even No Fear has been picked up over there, and he is going to bleed out. It's not a very good situation. Look at that. Still 14 teams. This is the fourth circle closing in, and we have got cover for 14 teams in the area. A little bit of the River Ridge also being part of the play, so some of the teams will be lurking around over there. EKTA Esports have taken control of the squad house, and let's see where the ship of the circle is going to go.
Let's see where the circle is going to go, and it's just headed towards Everest. It seems like GANGSTERS, JyanMaara, they have to rotate ASAP, otherwise they're just going to fight against the blue. 232 meters, it's so far away from them.
Well, it is very interesting. The game is almost over for them. They've got to pick up a miracle rotation to execute that, but I feel like that the Georgia Pool squad house where EKTA Esports are holding up, that is inside the circle for now. So that is going to be a spot that might witness a bit of a slam-ins over there. But Wadu just getting the kill of No Fear over there. This is Skylightz Gaming trying to regroup, and they've already lost Chari. Yosu is bleeding out over there. Look at this. And this was just on the cards over there. And Gangsters just rushing in over there. They've just lifted their manpower into the fight and made sure that they got two of the players knocked, but they got the two important kills in their favor. Now, back to the fight for Skylightz Gaming. This is Turulab Joker and his teammates just trying to control the situation, and they're under a lot of pressure. Cops have created a lot of pressure over them, but they've somehow cleared out the entire area. Kurkure is just the only lad remaining, but he's going to be out in the blue. How is he going to get away? This is Skylightz Gaming trying to run away. Kurkure will have this opportunity to put up a spray over there. Is he going to allow that easy passage, or he's just looting up painkillers and first aids? He's going to do a heal battle with 12 teams still remaining. Let's see how far that is going to take him. He might just get a point or two for his valiant effort out here, but that is really something to watch out for. On the other side, on the Everest, we've already got Cops, Spy Roster on your screen. Even AsOne is getting pinned down. Saitama, the only standing player inside the screen for AsOne Esports, and he might just be on the receiving end of these plays. And this is Esports trying to control the heights of the Everest. And Saitama picking up an amazing M76 to knock over there. But let's see how far they're going to go. And look at Gangster Pick getting picked off inside the rotation. Vadu trying to create an opening over Charte. That is inside the squad house. So they're just eyeing the Georgia Pool squad house right now. But let's see if that is inside the circle or not. The Mosin, they can't also come into the action from Boryang. They also try to create an opening, and Cops have stationed themselves beautifully for now. They're looking decent.
Certainly are. They certainly are. So deep in. They are just staying on the edge of the circle. Elementrix on the other side takes an exit at the 11th. And oh wow, Polyester knocked out the final player. In fact, he finished off the final player on the other side. We see with by Delta. He's on the domination. Secure 3 kills. Gangster takes an exit at the 10th position. We still have 7 teams alive in this lobby. Fifth circle will start closing in 2 hours. GR takes an exit at the 9th position. Skylightz Gaming, 2 players surviving from the side of this one team. But Joker and True Love, they can still change the play. They can still do a lot of jobs, a lot of team pressure towards the sidelines. But how are they going to react? How are they going to win this fight? And that's going to be the first option. True Love knocked out one, just going to finish that one lad, and he got knocked out in the retaliation fire.
Oh, he gets traded, but Joker is there to take the further trade as well. Now Cops, the last player, 69 Rana. He was just closing with that Dacia over there. Let's see if he's going to commit himself to the fight. He certainly is going to do that, and 69 Rana takes some height. Joker under pressure. Joker pinned down. He is eliminated. That is the end for Skylightz Gaming in this game on the 7th position. And Cops, they got the position in their favor, but now they have a little bit of a height advantage today that is going to go against them, as the split of the circle is towards the northern side. So they are going to find themselves out in the open on the slopes. And the teams holding off the power of Erangel, players like Delta, players like AsOne Unity, they would be interested. And a team that is lurking around towards the left-hand side, Hype, they have an outside chance in this game. Let's see if they're going to deliver or not. And even EKTA, they've got players still in that squad house, and 69 Rana pulls off one more player. Shots being taken from the sides of Wizzes with Wise, who are trying to station themselves inside the circle that's just outside the Georgia Pool squad house area. Those open fields being occupied by multiple teams right now, and they would just not allow all teams to come down from Everest. So
Yeah. This is not going to be the case for them, but now look at that. Hell, secure 3 kills on domination. Esports moving inside the circle, 50 meters far away from them. But AsOne, that one single player can create the pain for this team, but his position has been compromised. Picked up by Honrelin. AsOne Unity, they got eliminated at the stick. Bolyak on the other side, taking down the players of EKTA Esports. Shante on the receiving end, she got knocked out. Hype, they're still alive. Cops on the other side fighting against the blue, so they don't have any other option because there's only one single player surviving from the side of Cops. He's with 5, secured 5, and now Cops Rana, we can see he will go down from the blue zone. They takes an exit at the 5th. They have top 4 teams, EKTA Esports, Wizzes, with Wives, and Hype. These 4 teams are up against each other. Look at that Spikes. Just gonna cook that one grenade. He can easily toss it towards the side of Delta and Rules, but they are being careful. Many on the other side. Oh, he whiffed a lot of shots.
They might just be heading towards their second container here. Wizards with 5, they've got a good position to play with. And now Reaper just spotting Manny over there, and his next move just might prove really disastrous if it does. But let's see, they're still trying to control it. Manny, he might just go down. One more bullet was required from the side of Rules. He just barely escaped. But this is why Esports making their appearance inside the final circle. The momentum that we were talking about for Esports, sort of just giving them this chance over here. But they're not in a very good spot, to be really honest. It's going to be very difficult for them to convert this into a chicken dinner. They need that. They needed that shift of the zone, which has moved further away from them. Now, EKTA Esports have got a good place inside the circle, but for how long that is going to be the question. because they're not having a good concrete cover over there. They are just finding themselves out in the open. That's going to be a different sort of a struggle completely. But right now, why I'm trying to regroup, they still got 3 players remaining over there. And look at Delta, just trying to jump and find the position to take that. They're just sitting like ducks over there with behind those vehicles, trying to just make sure that they have this cover for a very long time. But they've got to deal with a different altogether. On the back lines, they've got Hype over here, who's Moliang, has been picked up by Manny. So now just crazy last final remaining player from Hype, and he might just backstab EKTA Esports if he's not picked up in time by Esports, because clearly EKTA Esports do not have any good sight on him.
Yeah, G1 Crazy is the final player surviving from the side of that one team that is going to be High. Spike just fighting some random bullets, and his position has been compromised. But Delta is going to throw that one utility hell from a different angle. Just want to create a hell onto the players who are just spreading towards the southern side. Reaper on the other side, he got picked by Honorlin. Rule's going to pick one player from the side of YM. Honorlin, he will go down for sure. Reaper, the revival is going to be a little bit difficult, but let's see how this team can manage that. Rules, sir, just going to pick the final players. You want Crazy, it's going to be top 3 team. YM Esports, hell will go down. Man, he's the final player surviving on the side of YM.
He just overcome it on a bit. Well, after that elimination on Crazy, he was just trying to move towards the bottom side of that bridge, and that is where the slope came into the equation. If you had just put in but look at that Delta, the kind of opening they're creating onto the lads of EKTA Esports right now. Reaper needs a revive. Rules is very close to him right now, and Delta is trying to confirm his skill. But now you've got a situation where YM, yes, this is how you got to move in slowly and steadily. Hell gets picked off because he's been getting punished for that over aggression that he's shown. But Manny, is he going to just learn from the mistakes of his teammate and just move in slowly? That is going to be the thing to watch out for. The first aid has been fought. He has a good amount of meds to deal with right now, but he is already inside the zone as well. This is a very good opportunity for YM Esports. Let's see if they're going to capitalize or not. And wizzes, they're definitely going to grab a lot of attention from EKTA. So that is going to create that backstab opportunity that made pretty close, but they're still surviving. They've got the numbers in their favor.
Yeah, they have got the numbers in their favor. Now, EKTA Esports, they already secured 1 chicken dinner today. So has the team Wizzes with Vibes. YM haven't found a single one, but they are looking out for one today. Let's see which team going to secure the second chicken dinner in this second match of Erangel, or YM will capitalize on the second game of Erangel today, or the last game for the day. But the chances are quite low because there's only one player surviving from the side of YM. But still, hopes are high. 6 seconds on the clock. 8 zone will start closing in.
Just watch the kill feed. Just watch the kill feed. That is all I can say for that last player, Manny, over here. You have come this far, and you just got to convert this into a big game, at least a second position. That is what he would be eyeing. But he's just moving too much for comfort. I really don't like this right now, but let's see. That might just be his only option, with the circle just closing behind his back. He's trying to keep himself into the equation, but does he have enough smoke? That is going to be something to watch out for. Or is he just loading up the smoke clouds from the sides of Wizards with Vibes, just moving in close, pretty close to the smoke clouds over there? But for how long that is going to keep him in cover from Wizards with Vibes, that is also going to come into the equation.
Ooh, what
he's getting spotted. He's going down now. Yeah. Moving too much, just stay still. Oh, he spots Reaper. But Rules is going to notice that, and he might just eliminate him. Yes, Rules will eliminate him, but that is going to create that outside chance that EKTA Esports were really hoping for. Now they've just got to deal with Delta in front of him. This is not looking a good sign for Delta. Rules is also pretty low on HP. Might be just getting a next knock. No, you get pinned out. Rules has got the first aid pop in. This is a 2v3 situation, but what a beautiful take coming in from Miracle over there. Now this is a 1v4 situation. And the volley hitting it on time. Once again, we have got a guy in Inferno, and he goes down. And this is a second chicken dinner.
Yeah, second chicken dinner for the day for that one team, and that is going to be EKTA Esports. Secured 21 total points, secured 6 kills, and now they're ranking in the overall leaderboard in second.
Even with 2 chicken dinners, they are second on the overall ranking. Amazing contest from the Nepali region. And God, JyanMaara, they have been so good.
But Wizzes with Vibes still on the top, despite of the fact they secured only 1 chicken dinner, so that's the best part. Now, let's take a look at the MVP of the second game of Erangel, because in the first game of Erangel, that was the GANGSTERS, one MVP from the side of the GANGSTERS, and Delta is the MVP, secured 4 kills, just out 923 damage, 0 assists.
Well, and that match is here for Wizzes with Vibes. They've been the consistent team throughout, and they're getting rewarded over here, and this is exactly what they wanted. And we saw this from Wizzes with Vibes, right? At the day number 3 of their players, the way they chased down the support for JyanMaara Esports during the finale stage. We knew that this had it for them to take the PMPL slot for themselves, and now they're just proving the worth over here. Delta with 923 damage, look at his teammate over there with 672 focus. They played their part beautifully, and this was an amazing circle to control. From the position that they were really favorites to get the chicken dinner, but getting the points out of this game was also an amazing thing that they pulled off over here.
But let's talk about the match summary. 4 highest kill and 4 maximum assists. Shante with that 4 maximum assists, and Rule Sir with the highest kills onto his name. Rule Sir secure the longest distance kill in the number is 321, 321 meter. Delta is now the highest amount of damage, and Zewon Crazy used the most utilities in the second match of the rank.
Well, he did. And that was a high number, right? 19 utilities for him, but they were surviving out in the open, right? They just got 2 players over there, so utilities were their only for a very long amount of time. Even we saw right the likes of JyanMaara and a team Gangster taking shots on them from the containers over there. But this is the match ranking for this game. 21 points for EKTA Esports. No big numbers, but very close to that 20-point mark. Wizzes with Vibes getting 20. Esports. This was the momentum that I was talking about for Esports. Eventually just helping them get 18 points out of this game. This is going to really, really help them inside the amount.
Yeah, for sure. But look at that. JyanMaara on the 10th position. The match ranking secured only 3 points. They were looking out for some more, but that's not the case. Heavily dependent on those skill points. Raw on the other side on the 12th with only 2 total points. Krypton secured 2 total points as well. Elementrix on the 14th. Trusty Person and H2o unable to secure a single point from this match.
Well, yes, trust the process. Really things not working out for them, Shagar, and they've got to do a lot of homework by the end of the day. And let's see what they're going to do. They're just committing too early.
Yeah.
And they're just rotating too early, and that can also sometimes just result as a bad thing. That experience does always bring them that hunch, right? That this compound will do. But over time, those compounds have become the obvious compounds for a lot of teams, and that is where you got to sort of recalibrate your positions, rethink about your strategies, and this is something all teams really need to do with time. Otherwise, these new builds, if given the opportunity, this is exactly what they're going to do.
Yeah, for sure, this is exactly what they're going to do, as well as experience 1 too. Now, look at that. Durulov, he found an opening, as well as after that one was ruling out the situation. Cops, they literally tried the level best and secured a lot of kills, but at the end, Wizzes with Vibes, they were looking phenomenal. YM, they had a good opportunity, but at the end, losing out a lot of players in the final circle. That's why they take an exit at the 3rd position.
Well, they do, and these are the open-ended moments. And inside the final circles, we saw EKTA Esports just playing their man advantage. And look at that, 1600, 1600, 1300, 1600. Amazing skyscrapers coming in from EKTA, Wizzes, Esports, Skylightz Gaming, even Cops getting some good points out of this game. So this is exactly what all these teams wanted. Cops, coming in through the qualifiers, the kind of confidence they are carrying is really being showcased over here, and something I did not expect in the Nepali region. But yes, it's really amazing to see these teams perform.
Look at that, Elementrix just out 925 damage,
Ooh.
0 kills. You know what?
Wow.
That's the heartbreaking part. And
Seriously, kudos to you for spotting that. Yes,
yeah,
right.
and EKTA Esports stepping up on the second, 56 points.
Well, 2 chicken dinners still on the second day. but I like the fact that the lead is only for about 13 after 4 matches. So this is something that is catchable for a lot of teams. Even if you look at the perspective of Skylightz Gaming, they will be watching, okay, 19 points, that is something we can do. They don't have a
Still doable.
Still inside the top 3, and there is something that they can improve upon. And Chari has done a tremendous job. He's been outside the competitive game scenario for a really long amount of time, and now coming back with this sort of an attitude and really dressed out, right, with time. But these lads, they're working so hard inside the script. It is just being showcased over here. And the way Charlie and his team have tried to control their areas, and the team has been really, really impressed.
It's certainly impressive, but I'm still excited for the second day because our first day is just got finished because we are done with all our 4 games for the day. In today's game, EKTA Esports secured 2 chicken dinners, and trust the process haven't find an opening, still on the bottom of the overall ranking on the 16th position. Wizzes with Whites, they secured a chicken dinner too. But let's see how these teams are gonna play tomorrow. But we have the kill leaders in front of us. Rules, sir, leading the charge, 14 kills.
Well, yes, 14 kills for him, and Liquid not very far behind with 11 kills over there. And Uda is the standout
Look at the
player for
damage.
Esports, yeah.
Liquid. Like other players just out almost more than 1600, like 2000, 2082, 2004, 22. Liquid on the other side secured 11 kills and just out only 952.
Well, he's just using his bullets with the optimum uses, right? He's just not wasting them. He's just using the damage accurately over there. So
Yeah.
that is the kind of precision accuracy that other players need to learn. Even I and you need to learn from Liquid over there. But I think this is going to change. You don't get these lucky days on every single day, right? If this
Yeah.
is going to happen on a daily basis, things are going to completely change. But let's see if Liquid is going to enjoy that sort of a luck even tomorrow. But the kills are really harder inside the Nepali region, and that is clearly being showcased over here. And I absolutely love the course of the day. The way it started for the gangsters, they looked like they would just run away with that PMCO slot right after the first game. But no, no, no. The other teams, they just showed up and they just put a full stop on their journey right after the first game and did not allow them to prevail on the overall standings as well. So it's a pretty decent fight that these lads have put up, but the fight is not over. This is
Yeah.
this is just a trailer.
This is just a trailer, and we still have 3 days left for this PMCO finals. And if you don't want to miss out those, you subscribe to the channel of PUBG Mobile Esports. And if you love our casting, you follow us on our socials. And you can see on the bottom line, you can just see that below our PIP. But still, this is the end of the day, and we'll meet you tomorrow. Till then, stay safe and stay sanitized. Good night.
Let's get it.